Good morning, football fans. Welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame, and you know what we're here to do? To help you win. That's right. We're going to help you set those winning lineups for week 2. We have a full day of football. That's right. No buys yet. And we're going to have 2 games on Monday night, which is going to be interesting as well. So keep that in mind and set your lineups. We're going to go over all the injuries that matter, go over all the news, the decisions that need to be made. And we're going to answer your questions up until kickoff. So we've got a full 3 hours ahead of us. But let's talk injury first, because you need to know who's in, who's out, and who we still don't know about. And thankfully, the list is not too long just yet. But you can imagine, you probably could guess that half of it is San Francisco 49ers. Am I right?
I don't know about half.
All right, maybe. Close. Feels like it. Out. You already know. George Kittle out for at least 4 weeks. Brock Purdy definitely out this week, possibly out next week. But I think we have somehow given the sort of unofficial stamp of approval good enough to Mac Jones. Like, he's good enough.
I don't know if he's good enough for your 1 QB leagues, but in Superflex, sure.
I don't know. I don't mean to start him over, guys like your normal starter. I mean, if you're missing Brock Purdy, hopefully there's somebody better on waivers. But good enough for a guy like Ricky Pearsall to start.
Yes, hopefully.
Good enough for Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings apparently is going to play despite not doing the whole practice thing. Is Jennings a guy that we have to consider now?
Very risky this week.
Yeah, I think so. And not because of Mac Jones, but yeah, Jennings, guys barely practiced at all. Remember, even the preseason because of the contract thing. I'm sorry, the calf injury. Yeah, I'm not starting Juwan Jennings, but apparently he's playing. So there you go. Xavier Worthy, not shockingly, is not playing. He's going to have to take at least another week, and then we'll take it from there. But no Xavier Worthy today. No Dallas Goedert. That was the surprise one because we didn't see anything on Thursday. Days went by, and all of a sudden he was hurt. He's out. Will Shipley also out. Are we going to see Tank Bigsby actually get any carries as an Eagle?
We might. I mean, we'll probably see more A.J. Dillon than Tank Bigsby, though, because, A.J. Dillon's been there the whole offseason, and Tank Bigsby just got there.
Yeah, but we really don't usually see anybody get many carries behind Saquon anyway. So for now, doesn't matter. Christian Kirk is still out. Josh Reynolds, the wide receiver too. Yes, he is. For the Jets, is out. Mason Taylor is questionable. I don't think anybody was considering Mason Taylor just yet. A lot of other tight end options. I was high on Garrett Wilson this week. And now I'm like, is he going to get 20 targets? It's going to be like a JSN type of week because they literally have nobody else to throw to here. And it's the Bills. I mean, they're going to have to throw it a lot. And that secondary looked bad last week. I'm somehow more all in on Garrett Wilson. And then
gotta feel good.
Don't jump in on a Darren Waller. He's not playing, possibly ever again. And let's see. Jalen Royals is out. Jalen Wright for the Dolphins still doubtful. And we discussed this. We don't go too much into the non-offensive skill players, but you thought it was worth noting Andrew Thomas, offensive lineman for the Giants, is out, which just means probably slow your roll on Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, probably slow your roll on everybody not named league neighbors on the Giants who plays. Yeah.
And I think it's worth noting also Christian Gonzalez, corner for New England. He's still out. That's a very tough defender there.
Are we in on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle this week now?
No, I still don't think I want to start those guys if I can help it. I'm just not doing it. Also, speaking of the Giants, Wan'Dale Robinson is questionable. I don't know if there's any clarity there, but I also know you probably don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care.
And then let's end with the good news. Brock Bowers did practice finally on Saturday. And Pete Carroll said, yeah, he's going to play. Any trepidation here as far as, I picked up Juwan Johnson or Hunter Henry or Kyle Pitts? do I just play it safe and roll with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, this is still tough because they haven't officially like said he's playing. It was just Pete Carroll saying he looked good. I expect him to play, something like that. But it's not like they officially said he's in yet. But it's Brock Bowers. Like I can't put some tight end I just picked up off the waiver wire in over Brock Bowers. And like I've been saying, like Michael Mayer, nobody's picked up Michael Mayer unless they have Brock Bowers. So worst case, if like at the last minute tomorrow, let's say like before the game, which kind of is annoying because am I right? They play at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Is that right?
They're doing the weird thing where it's the 2 Monday night games, and since that's a West Coast game, I guess it's they're staggering. I hate when they do that, but yeah.
Yeah, so really annoying. So you might have to like stay up to make sure Bowers is playing. This is like they're just like, oh, we don't care if anybody we don't care if only West Coasters watch this game. I mean, I don't know. Like again, the NFL those are doing, so I guess they have some data that tells them this is fine. Go ahead. But yeah, I mean, worst case, I'd rather be like at the last minute if they're like Bowers isn't playing, fine, I'll just put Michael Mayer in. I don't want to bench Bowers, worried that he doesn't play, and then I start like Juwan Johnson or whatever, some guy picked up off waiver wire and he doesn't do very well, and then Bowers goes off on my bench. Like I that'd be terrible.
I think for me, there's a line where it's like Hunter Henry. I'm in on him this week, and Kyle Pitts, even with, by the way, continue the injury report, Drake London and Darnell Mooney in. But still, I think Kyle Pitts is good enough. I'm okay if you got Bowers. If you had one of those two guys somehow, I'm okay just putting them in because I know they'll do something. And I don't have to run the risk of A, he doesn't play, which it sounds like he's going to play. But B, what if he's not 100% and he's playing, right? Maybe he's just not going to have a big game. Or see something happens mid-game and he aggravates it. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to sweat that, and you're like, I just don't want to think about it, I'm not going to be able to stay up and see if Brock Bowers is really playing. Like, I'm okay with those guys. But like you said, when it's like Juwan Johnson, Harold Fannin, probably I would just wait. But this always comes, down to your risk tolerance. Evan Engram, also tight end, is playing. So there's good news. And Quinshon Judkins may actually make an appearance in a Browns uniform. How brief do you think that appearance is?
Probably fairly brief. I would think certainly less than 10 carries.
Yeah.
Probably around like the 5 to 7 carry mark. Remember, this guy, no training camp, no preseason. You got to think they're going to slow play him.
I would think so. It's kind of shocking that he's even playing at all. They're just like, okay, welcome to the team. Here we go. Just join the fray. But hey, more than Najee Harris got in week 1. So there's that. All right. That's injury report. If we miss anybody that pops up, hopefully not, but you never know. This is the NFL. So if somebody pops up last minute, we'll tell you. And if anything changes here, we get clarity on anything here, we'll definitely keep you informed. What we're here to do is help you answer questions about your team. And we also want to make sure that you know which players to put in your pick'ems, because I know a lot of you play on Underdog. So I've got to remind you that if you haven't tried Underdog, so you did the other thing.
There we go.
See, it'll take some time. If you try Underdog, get your picks in. I took a couple last night. I'm feeling pretty good, which means that they certainly won't hit, but you never know. But look, if you haven't tried Underdog, you get a gimme pick for signing up as a new customer. And also you get the $5 play, gets you $50 bonus funds. That's right. Once you first sign up for Underdog, you put $5 towards anything, you get $50 extra. That's right. Just for using the money you already deposited. So $50 extra. And just for signing up using code ENDGAME, remember, you get a first time deposit match bonus funds all the way up to potentially $1,000 of bonus cash, plus a special pick when you sign up. And then you got the gimmies they're still giving away. I think last night they were doing this Josh Allen partial thing. It's like basically a free pick there for Josh Allen. Today it's going to be somebody different. I don't know, but you got to find out. You got to try Underdog. Sign up using code ENDGAME, and you'll see what it's all about. All right. Now, as I also have mentioned many times, you probably already know, this isn't the only place that we answer your questions. We've got an app. It's called Draft Lane, and we're going to start off our first question here for the morning. It's going to be on Draft Lane. And so keep in mind, if you have a Yahoo league, see this user here is Yahoo. This user here is in the Sleeper League. And then, of course, some of you are in Draft Lane leagues. But if you are in either one, then we can see your roster. If you ask a trade question, we can see your league mates rosters. We can get in there. And so here's a start sit question. We're going to answer this. Oh, sorry. It was from Nader7789.
All right.
All right, so it doesn't even matter if he's watching because we're going to answer on the app. I'm going to get this notification on his or her phone. Should I start Ken Walker? And if so, who to sit? Well, we don't know who to sit, but now we click on roster, and here it is. At Achane, Gibbs, McConkey, Sutton, Henry, Jacoby Myers, Marvin Harrison at the flex.
Wow. I'm not starting Walker or Swift over those guys. He's got a great lineup.
Yeah, definitely not those running backs. Yeah, and I think even with Bowers playing, I still feel pretty good about Jacoby Myers.
Yes,
good enough. And did it say PPR? It is full PPR. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna say, and so we can say starter sit Kenneth Walker, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. We can actually look at, is there anything else that needs to be switched? Got Hunter Henry at tight end, Justin Fields at quarterback. For some reason, playing with kicker defense. No, nothing else, right? Dak at quarterback. Nah.
Looks good. Team looks good.
All right. There we go. All right, we'll show you this again in a little bit. We got this user here on Yahoo. Do we answer all of these questions before the game starts? So notice we're checking this every single day. So if you want your questions answered, you can always use the Draft Lane app. And don't forget, you can download it for absolutely free and use it no risk, because right now, just like I mentioned with Underdog, you download it, you sign up for the very first time, use code ENDGAME in the settings section, you get 10 free credits. So you can use that, get your first question or two for free, because you got that promo going. So new users only. If you've already done this, sorry, no infinite use. But if you're using it for the first time, again, use code ENDGAME, 10 free credits, App Store, Play Store, and we'll leave that up for a little while, yeah?
Yes.
Maybe the next 2 hours and 45 minutes, probably. All right, let's do that. You guys don't need to see us too big. All right, it's time to dive into your questions. We're going to, keep in mind, answer these in order they were received, and we're going to do super chats first and foremost. If you super chat, you definitely get your question posted like this. If you don't, we might still get to it, but we're going to get a lot of questions, and so no guarantees here. If you want to definitely get your question posted and answered on here live right now, super chat, and we'll start with, give me Goblin 404 error. All right. Flex 2. Keenan, Pollard, Dobbins, T-Mac.
I assume PPR. It doesn't say, but I assume PPR, some sort of PPR. So I'm going to go Keenan and T-Mac. I'm just happy that the first question of the day I get to say yes to T-Mac, because I said no to him so much yesterday because people had better players. So
Yes,
thank you, Gimme Goblin.
And it didn't include Ricky Pearsall.
Right.
Which tight end between Hawk and Andrews?
So which disappointing week 1 tight end do I prefer? I probably still prefer Hawk.
Yeah, it's interesting you got both of these guys, but look, they'll both be fine. I still have to be big on Hawkinson. Go Hawkinson here in this matchup. All right, Henry is next. Henry win. Let's see what this lineup looks like. Allen, good. Hampton and Gibbs. There's McMillan, Adams, Neighbors, Wilson, and Warren at tight end. That's pretty good. I think you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not starting any of those bench guys. I mean, maybe I could consider Odunze, but not over the guys you have. Like Odunze, Adams, I think is close, but I like Adams this week. So
Yeah, that's exactly the only one. Maybe is Odunze, but I don't think you need to swap anything out. Henry, you've got a pretty good team here. I think you're good. All right, what about Bird Talk 93? Caleb or Penix?
Ooh. This is close this week because Caleb on the road in Detroit. I don't feel great, but I think I still have to put Caleb ahead of Penix. I mean, I know Penix ran a little bit last week, but Caleb ran a lot.
Yeah, Caleb ran more.
Yeah, Detroit plays primarily man, and man is usually better to run against as a quarterback because, like as we saw on Thursday night, I think this is something I'm going to have to start thinking about going forward a little bit more. I was thinking about it during the game. Like the Packers, I don't know what their zone rate was in week 2, but I know in week 1 it was like 90-something% zone. I'm guessing it was that again. When you're playing zone, your eyes are you can see the quarterback. So when JD takes off, everybody sees him starting to run. When you're playing man, a lot of times your back is to the quarterback, and it's better for quarterbacks to run against. So I think I'm going to give Caleb the slight edge here.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny you say that. I remember they even pointed it out at late in the game. They were talking about the Packers in that zone and showing exactly how they're all basically honed in there on him.
Right.
I think the Vikings play a lot of man. Yeah, I would go Caleb anyways. I feel like that's going to be a high-scoring game. Mason or Walker?
I'm still going Walker here. I'm going to give him one more chance this week. Mason's fine. He's fine. But if he doesn't score, you're probably going to be a little disappointed. I'll just go Walker.
Yeah, Mason obviously was more efficient, but I don't know any given week because people are like, oh, well, it was a split with Walker and Sharps. It was a split with Mason. It's always going to be split with Mason and Jones, right? So I don't think I feel any better about Mason getting more touches. Strange or
is that Ridley?
Rid?
I mean, if that's Ridley, I'm going Ridley. I'm not streaming a tight. I'm not flexing a tight end over Calvin Ridley.
No, I like Strange as a tight end streamer. I'm trying to think, is it possible that there's another tight end that's Rid? I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
No. I mean, if that's Ridley, then yeah, go Ridley. All right. There you go, Bird. Jay picked up Kittle despite not having the Irish slot. Think that's a good move. So who to drop in Joker or Strange?
I would drop in Njoku because I'd prefer to play Strange this week. So I'm just gonna. Obviously, you're gonna stream tight end the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks, however long Kittle is out, and then you got Kittle. So good move.
Yeah, good move. And if you are starting, I'm assuming you're starting the one that you're not dropping, then Strange is the guy. All right, what's up, Kevin? Kevin's back. Kevin Trotter. Keenan or Waddle?
Gotta go Keenan. Keenan. Better offense. Good matchup. Gotta go Keenan.
Yeah, cannot trust the Dolphins. Really curious to see, do they somehow respond and win this week, or is it 30-0? I feel like there's no in between, right? Either they show up or they don't. Monty or Etienne in PPR? Maybe Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne. Better matchup. Catches more passes. Although I shouldn't say that because Monty had 4 catches last week.
Yeah, I think Etienne, he's got the backfield to himself now. So, all right, Rob, start 2. Devonta Smith, Javonte Williams, or Jacoby Myers? Who sits?
Ooh, well, Jacoby's the must here. Then it's between Smith and Javonte. Oh, man. I mean, I feel like it should be Devonta Smith.
Yeah, I'll say what I'm going to continue saying about Javonte is going to be a little touchdown dependent, and so in PPR, I mean he'll get you something for sure. But if he doesn't score, he might not get you much. Devontae Smith is not an ideal matchup. I know, I get that, but I just feel like the ceiling is. Well, I feel like the ceiling and the floor are higher, honestly. So I'm going Devontae Smith.
Yeah, probably should be Devonta Smith here, honestly.
Yeah. All right, and then dripping with joy. All right. Apparently, it's time for something. Amarian, T, Kamara, Hollywood, and Samson. Pick 2.
I mean, I still think T. Higgins is a must start.
Yeah.
I'm not like all of a sudden out on T. Higgins after week 1.
It's the Jags. I mean, you got to start him against the Jags.
And then I think out of this group, you got to go Hollywood next. I mean, with no Worthy, Kelsey looking like, the ghost of Travis Kelsey. He's going to get so many targets. I think you got to go T in Hollywood here.
Agree. Some people would be like, well, how do you not start Alvin Kamara? Look at what he did in week 1. Not a whole lot. The other thing you have to consider, remember, almost all season, Chris Olave wasn't there last season. He was hurt. He was gone almost the entire end of the season. And so was Rashid Shaheed. Like, they had nobody else to throw to. So Kamara had to get a bunch of dump offs. I know that's his thing, but he just might not get as many receptions as they had to force to him last year. So he's not a must start. All right, Mark. Question is right here.
All right.
Super flex. Got Lamar Pickens, Shakir, Pollard, Swift, or Sharps. Okay. I don't know how many are we picking here? Strange or Engram? Guess that's one.
Well, Strange over Engram. Yeah, this is tough because it's like we have wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back, wide receiver. Are these like multiple leagues? I wonder if these are multiple leagues. Like, is he saying, okay, super flex, the first choice is Lamar Jackson, George Pickens, Khalil Shakir, Pollard, Swift, or Charbonnet? Like, I mean, if so, I'm going Lamar over all these guys.
I think, okay. Okay, so Lamar's a start, Nico's a start, Bucky's a start, and then I think it's Pittman or Tillman. I think we would go Tillman, yeah.
Yeah, Tillman over Pittman this week.
Dak or Rodgers.
Dak.
Stranger Engram at tight end.
Strange. Oh, I see, because then he's got his bench.
Yeah, so just the whole Pickens, Shakir, Pollard, Swift, or Sharp. If we're just picking one of those, that's the question. Are we picking one, or are we only picking Swift or Sharps? If it's Swift or Sharps, I think it's Swift. If it's just one of those, it's
Pickens.
Pickens, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody on the bench needs to be in the starting lineup. So there you go. Hopefully that helped, Mark. All right. Benny Black. Needs 2 running backs. K9, Travion Henderson, Charbonnet, Mason.
I'm still going Walker and Henderson here. But I totally understand if you're like, I don't want to put Walker in my lineup and you want to go Mason and Henderson.
Yeah, and you got both. You got both Walker and Sharps, which now is kind of a dilemma. But yeah, I'm going the first 2 as well. And then Ferguson or Fannin.
This is tough.
Yeah, like we're ready to just proclaim Harold Fannin tight end 1 in fantasy. I'm not, but I also don't love Ferguson.
Yeah, I think if you want to go Fannin, it's okay. Like, he probably has a higher floor than Ferguson because the Brown, even though Njoku did run more routes, played more snaps, they ran a lot of 2 tight end sets last week, and I'm sure they're going to continue to run a lot of 2 tight end sets when they have both these guys. Why not? So he's going to be out there. He's probably got your higher floor than Ferguson, but I think Ferguson has more touchdown upside because I feel more confident in the Cowboys scoring touchdowns than the Browns. Sure. So I'm okay if you want to go Fannin just for the floor here. Because at tight end, at tight end, okay, Tucker Kraft went off this week, but you look at it last week, no tight end scored more than 15 PPR points. Like, that's a big week for a tight end. So tight ends are kind of just floor plays anyways. So I'm okay if you want to take Fannin here for the floor.
Right. Exactly. No, I will say this. So the Flacco didn't go off last week, and the Browns didn't put up a ton of yardage and points. But that's because the Bengals didn't, which was we just assumed, right? Bengals will put up a lot, but apparently they just don't do that against the Browns. I feel like the Ravens could put up a lot of points, and so maybe they actually do get a little bit better, Cleveland, on offense, because Ravens tend to also give up points like last week. But that said, yeah, you're hoping for a touchdown from Ferguson, or you're hoping for several catches, from Fannin. So let's go Fannin. And then he wants to know Hampton or Mason.
Hampton.
Yeah, go Hampton here. JCR Melts, what is up? He's always on the Draft Lane app as well. T-Mac or Pickens?
All right, well, at least it took 25 minutes for us to get here, so that's good. Man, I think I go. Jeez. I think Pickens really does have a ton of upside this week. I think I'm going Pickens.
It's close because both these guys are somewhat big play dependent, right? I don't say dependent yet for McMillan right now. I think it is, right? He's not there yet, established as the clear alpha in this offense. So, yeah, I think I'm early this season. Give the edge to the veteran, Jordan Dumas. Traded Keon Coleman. He got Devontae Smith and Scatterboo as a throw-in. I think that's a win.
I think that's a win.
Also traded Diggs and Rachaad White for Myers.
That's definitely a win.
That's good too. All right, so now here's the dilemma: which player they just got? Does he need to play Myers or Smith?
I can pretty easily put Jacoby in over Smith this week.
Yeah, and then do I play Chuba or Travion?
I mean, you got to go Chuba. What did I miss with Chuba last week? What did I miss? Why does nobody like Chuba Hubbard?
I honestly, I think it's like by association, because Panthers look bad, so they're like, don't want the running back in a bad team. I think Travion could have a good game. We already heard he's going to get more touches. We know he's going to be the guy. I just don't know if it's going to be the full-fledged breakout yet, although it is the Dolphins, so it's possible. I'll take his hire. Like, Travion is one of those guys. I'll take the hire on Underdog, and I feel like that's pretty good, but I'm not sitting Chuba Hubbard yet either. All right, Abamanu Singh, welcome back to 16-teamer. All right, are you giving the stamp of approval to Mac Jones over Bryce Young?
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can. I mean, I know he's in the better offense with the better system, but I think I still got to give the edge to Bryce Young.
Yeah. And the one thing, he didn't do a lot, but Bryce Young will run, right? Remember, he ran in several touchdowns at the end of last year. He at least can do that. I'm pretty sure Mac Jones can't. Kincaid or Fannin?
Yeah, I might just go Fannin here. At least I know he's out there and involved.
That sounds good. One running back and one flex from Walker, Mason, Sharp, Booty.
Well, I'm going, assuming it's PPR, I'm going Walker and Booty. But again, I understand if you're like, I don't want to put Walker out there until I see that he's the guy. I'm fine with Mason and Booty as well.
Yeah, and we always say don't overreact to week one, and these waiver wire pickups won't always pan out. I feel pretty confident with Kayshon Boutte because he got a ton of air yards last year that just weren't always realized, and he's getting it again. I mean, he was among the leaders in week one. That doesn't happen by accident, right? But he also is getting targeted not just on those deep routes, because you get a guy who gets, one of those 50-yard go routes and that's 50 air yards that didn't connect, like big deal. But he's getting target share. And for what it's worth, I know his first game coming off ACL, but Stephon Diggs' separation score in week one was not good. So you got to wonder if Bootie's going to have maybe it's possible he's the number one receiver in this team. Just saying it's possible. All right. Here's Cody. Took long enough. Cody Greenwood. When it comes to mostly bench filler, how do you feel about Mooney versus Downs?
I feel much better about Mooney than Downs. Give me the wide receiver 2 in the Falcons offense, who's out there almost every snap versus the. I don't even know if Downs was the wide receiver 2 last week. Like really, he was only out there like 48% of the snaps. Like he's only out there in 3 wide receiver sets.
Yeah. It's
Give me
definitely Mooney here. Definitely Mooney. All right, then we got Rodney Woods. Good morning. Needs 2 and a tight end. Okay. Sutton, Wilson, Judy, Pearsall. There's the first one. Fannin and Joku. It's going to be fun. And then QJ, Mason. Already got McLaurin in there.
Yeah, I think you got to go Sutton and Wilson here. I guess Judy Pearsall at flex. I'm actually debating QJ over Pierce or over Judy, not Pearsall, over Judy, but probably still got to go Judy. And then I think the tight end. Can I put Fannin in over Njoku? I mean, which Browns tight end is going to score more this week?
You know what I didn't think to do? I thought about this a few days ago. You remember how there was like this one random channel was like, you got to start Fannin. He's going to be involved today. And we're like, okay, yeah, sure. He did. Wherever the source was for that, we need to find that down. Like it's like some beat writer for the Browns or something. Who knows exactly what the plan of attack is for the Cleveland offense?
Right.
I don't know. Okay, Fannin versus Njoku shouldn't be tough, but it is. But,
right.
I think you probably just need to go Fannin.
Yeah, probably. But it's like, would surprise me if Njoku was better this week. Like I would really just, I mean, I don't know who's on waivers. Like I'd rather just not have these guys and not have to think about it.
Yeah. Let's hope we get some clarity somehow. Alexander's channel. Pick 2. Devonta Adams, Tyreek Hill, Harrison, Travion Henderson, Pickens, Ridley.
Okay, you got to start. I think you got to start Harrison this week. I think Adams is probably my next. Even though I really like Pickens and I really like Ridley, I think I have Adams ahead of those guys. So I'm going to go Adams, Harrison, Dak. You have an open stash? Well, here's the thing. Okay, like I would say like, oh, you got to grab Hollywood. But if you're not going to start Hollywood, I mean, there was like a chance he was going to play this week. If he's back next week or even the week after, and then you got Rice back week 7, like Hollywood's value is very short term. So I think I would rather just stash Judkins here, even though Hollywood should not be on waivers, because are you actually going to play Hollywood this week? I mean, maybe you could play him over Adams.
Right. I think Judkins is probably going to wind up being more valuable. I will say this. Worthy might be back sooner than we thought, right? Might be next week. There's still re-injury risk, right, with that shoulder if he lands on it again.
Sure.
But you're pretty deep at receiver here. I think you just got to go to the running back. And Dak or Penix?
Dak. I already said Dak.
You said Dak. All right. Chico, 410. Needs one receiver and a flex. Zay Pearsall, Rome, Sharp, Stevenson, Downs.
I think Zay Flowers still has to be your guy here. As much as I like Pearsall, I mean, I don't know if I can put him in, especially with Jennings now playing. Not that I expect Jennings to like have a monster target share, but it's not going to be all Pearsall now. think you got to go. Oh, you need wait. Oh, sorry, you need
two.
one in a flex. Oh, I missed the flex. All right, then in that case, I will go Zay and Pearsall.
Zay and Pearsall. Does Jennings playing make it any more challenging? Maybe getting Rome gets closer. I mean, I don't think so. Honestly, I'm still, for the most part, starting Pearsall. I think it's close. I do like Rome this week, but I still do like Pearsall as well. All right, there you go. C. Hibbs. This is a trade question. Johnu in K9 for Harrison and Hampton? What?
Harrison and Hampton all day. Harrison and Hampton side by a mile. By a mile. If you're getting Harrison and Hampton, click accept now.
Now. Don't wait. Just go. Well, you don't have to log off. Just open a new tab. Go accept. If you're getting Harrison and Hampton. If it's the opposite way, absolutely not. But yeah, Harrison and Hampton by 2 miles. All right. Who's trading? Who's actively trading? Like, man, Jonnu Smith, that's the guy I want after week 1. That's going to win me my league. The Blue Leafs in half needs 2 receivers and a flex. Pearsall, Buka, Pickens, Booty, and or Swift at flex.
All right. I think I'm going the first 3 here. I mean, I like Booty, but I can't put him over those guys. So Pearsall, Buka, and Pickens as your 2 wide receivers and flex. Pitts Strange is close, especially now that Mooney's playing. I think it's a little closer, but I mean, look, Strange is competing with BTJ and Travis Hunter, so it's not like he's. I think I still go Pitts here, even though Strange does have a great matchup this week.
Strange has the best matchup possible for tight ends, but at the same time, I think the tiebreaker here is Pitts has Penix and Strange has T-Law. I now trust Penix more as a quarterback. Yeah, it was nice when Mooney wasn't playing. It doesn't mean Pitts is going to disappear, right? He's still going to be out there. And Mooney might not be 100%. Speaking of Strange, back to Rodney, we're going to have to go back to his question. He said he also has Brenton Strange, is not sure if it makes a difference.
Yes, I would play Strange over both those guys.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If nothing else, you don't have to decide which Browns tight end you think is going to. But besides that, I think we would play Strange over either of those guys anyways.
Yes.
All right. There you go, Rodney. Thanks for putting that in there. Josh Nelson, 10-man league, full PPR, needs 2 receivers and a flex. Pearsall, BTJ, Evans, Myers, JMO, Sutton, Ridley, and Monty. It's not going to be easy.
No, 2 wide receivers and a flex. I mean, I still think Evans is borderline a must. I still think Sutton is borderline a must, so that's 2.
And there's BTJ, pretty much a must, right?
Oh, I didn't even see BTJ. Yeah, I think those 3 guys are pretty much musts. Like, yeah, you're going to have a lot of points on your bench, probably. You're going to have a lot of points on your bench every week here. I don't know who your running backs are, but if your running backs aren't quite as good because they might not be because it looks like you went very wide receiver heavy, I'd be looking to make like some kind of 2-for-1 deal. Like, hey, here's, Ricky Pearsall and my RB2 for your stud RB1 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're going to have a lot of points on your bench every week. I mean, geez.
Yeah, it's going to be aggravating. You have too many receivers you can't start that are good. It's a good problem to have. Pearsall does have at least a decently productive game here. I think he's the one to move on from because Ridley will get better as the year goes on. Yeah, I mean, hey, good problem to have. And thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. And we also always appreciate the Rico guy. Good morning. This is PPR. Did you start Warren? And he said down here, Jalen Warren or Kayshon Boutte?
I'm taking Kayshon Boutte. It's the Dolphins. And then I just saw their defensive tackle Benito is out, so I don't think they're going to be getting a lot of pressure on Drake May. Like you said, Diggs did look maybe like the ACL was affecting him last week. I don't think Bootie's look, Boutte may not be a league winner or anything. I'm not going to say that, but I don't think he's a fluke this week. I think he gives me way more upside than Jalen Warren.
Oh, yeah. Definitely more upside. Warren is just one of those guys. I keep saying it. You don't want him as your RB2. He's a flex. He's going to live in the flex tier like all year long, is he not? He's just going to be there. And
Yeah.
I can't envision a scenario where all of a sudden we're higher, like significantly higher in Jalen Warren. We'll see, but yeah, just go. Got like booty. All right, then let's get to William. So here's that dilemma. You got Brock Bowers. Do you just wait on him or go with a guy like Hunter Henry?
I wait on Bowers now. Now that we got encouraging news, I just wait. Like, again, I mean, look, if for some reason Michael Mayer is not on your waiver wire, like somebody picked him up, okay, maybe I'll just go Hunter Henry. But I'm guessing Michael Mayer is out there. And again, Michael Mayer was involved last week, even with Brock Bowers playing, even when Brock Bowers was playing. I remember, people were kind of freaking out, like, why is Michael Mayer getting so many targets? I don't want to have Bowers on my bench and then he plays and goes off in a game that could be a very high scoring game with a ton of passing. I'm waiting on Bowers if it's me.
Yeah, for the most part, you should feel confident playing Bowers. I'll say it again. This just comes down to your risk aversion. If you don't want to think about it, I think you're fine with Hunter Henry. I expect him to have a good game. He may even if Bowers does play, like Hunter Henry could outproduce Bowers. It's not out of the question. But if you want to keep Bowers in there, it's fine. Connor or Pearsall, and this is full PPR.
I think you got to go Pearsall here. Connor does have a great match. I mean, this is an even better matchup than he had last week, but we do have to wonder, like, how much Trey Benson are we going to see this week? So I'm going to go Pearsall here.
Yeah, I think a PPR. Again, not panicked about Connor, but it's gotta worry just a little bit. All right, then we got Dodger Dunn. Booty, Sharps, or Samson in full PPR. This clearly should be Booty.
Yeah, again, I'm going Booty here. I like his upside. Great matchup this week.
Yeah. All right. Here they come, as I cursed it. Because, we're just now getting, by the way, guys, reminder, if you just jumped on, if you weren't on the very beginning, we're doing just super chats until we get caught up because we have a lot. We're just now getting the questions that were posted after we actually went on live. We had a bunch from before we even went on last night, etc. I cursed it because in the very beginning I said something about the Pearsall questions. Here come all the Pearsall questions. Paul Framo, Pearsall or Pickens?
This actually got a little tougher now because Jennings playing, although that doesn't impact me too much. But Mac Jones, Pickens is like the ultimate risk reward this week. Like, he's in a situation where it's like, man, he could have a huge game. Or it could just be a monster CD game. And Pickens is just standing there watching CD.
It's
the Saints. I'd probably still go Pearsall here, but don't get mad at me if Pickens outscores him. Pickens is more boom bust this week, but his boom could be big.
Right. This is to some extent floor ceiling. I know Pearsall will get me something. I'm probably going Pearsall, but if you want to go for that upside with Pickens, that's actually fine too. So here we go again. Now we got Miranda Van Doren, Pearsall or Hollywood.
Well, here I can go Hollywood Brown because we know Worthy's out. He's going to get a ton of targets. Like, I gotta chase that target share. I gotta go Hollywood Brown here.
Right. And this one, again, I feel good enough about Pearsall, but Hollywood is I hate to say safer, but yeah, Hollywood also has a floor and a ceiling that's pretty high. Ayo, it's Sam. All right. Sit one. Javonte, Pollard, Mason.
I think I'm sitting Mason here. Like, I know Javonte and Pollard are the workhorse running backs in their offense, getting pretty much all the touches. Mason's still, he's not going to catch passes. kind of still feels like he needs a touchdown. I think he's the guy I'm sitting.
Agree with that. Both Javonte Mason, like I said, you're looking for touchdowns mainly. Javonte just gets more touches. That's always going to be the tiebreaker for me. All right, we got AV Penhollow. And the question is down here. Found it. Jameson or Tillman in the flex? It's actually a legit question now. I mean, we haven't said a lot of yeses to JMO this week, but is he this low?
Yeah, I don't know if I could put him this low. I mean, I know we haven't said yes to Jameson a lot this week. And I do feel like this is going to be a big Sun God game again because I talked about it. The Bears play a lot of zone, or at least they did last week. Not sure they will again this week. But I mean, Tillman. So I had Tillman. I had them both as flex, but I had Tillman as a flex I liked. Because you look at Tillman, what did I say here? Ravens' fourth highest man in week 1. Tillman had better targets per route run and yards per route run versus man last year than Jerry Jeudy. Man, this is actually tough.
Yeah, and I was just saying earlier, I could see the Browns putting up more points. We rip on the Bengals defense, and it's still, trust me, I'm not saying it's good. It's not good. But they at least kind of kept the Browns in check. The Ravens gave up a ton of points to Buffalo, obviously, but they gave up a lot of points just in general early last season and late last season. So I could see the Browns putting up a lot better performance this week than last week. This is just tough because, Jameson's got that ceiling, and he's objectively in the better offense, right?
Right. And the Lions are going to be better this week.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I got to stick with JMO here.
All right, let's go JMO.
Fields, London, BTJ, Hubbard, Connor, Andrews. I don't have 3 QBs anymore. All right. That's a win, I think, since it's a 1 QB league. Fields should be really good this week.
Yes.
Dropped Tua. Okay, well, that by itself is a win. I hate to say it. Says the guy who has a Tua jersey in his closet, but Elias Kane, what's up? Just checking in. Fingers crossed with the Dolphins. Not. All right.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about the Dolphins.
We got all balls is in the house. Pearsall, Hollywood or Mason?
Yeah, I think it's got to be, assuming PPR, I think it's got to be Hollywood. We know he's going to have a massive target share in a Patrick Mahomes offense. It's hard to say no to that. Hard to say no to that.
Yeah, exactly. Go Hollywood here. Ben Peterson in half. Monty or J.K. Dobbins?
Got to go Monty. Dobbins did not look very good last week. I know the Lions didn't look very good, but they should be much better against the Bears this week. This is a much better matchup for Monty. And look, Monty had 2 more carries than Gibbs last week. He caught 4 passes. He was just as involved as he was last year. It's just the offense did nothing last week. I think I got to go Monty here.
Yeah, I feel like the Lions are going to come back pretty strong, put up a ton of points this week. They're at home. They're not playing that Packers defense. So, yeah, Monty. Alexis Aguilar, Stranger Pitts.
Yeah, still got to go Pitts here, even though Strange is such a good matchup this week. But I like Pitts better in that Falcons offense.
Yeah, still higher on Pitts. I think we already did this one earlier, basically. Not from Alexis, but, that same question. What about the flex? Ridley, Swift, or Pearsall? Pearsall is a borderline must start? No, not.
I don't know about borderline must start, but I still like him. I probably put him over Ridley, but this is close. I mean, it's crazy to say Ridley might be a little safer because we know he's the number 1 wide receiver in that offense. And sure, Iomanor is out there, but it's his second NFL start ever. I don't think Iomanor is going to be, outproducing Ridley in week 2 here. And he's not quite the talent of a guy like Emeka Egbuka. but I'd still go Pearsall here.
Yeah, I think last week I felt like Pearsall was almost like a borderline must start. Not quite so crazy about him this week because, well, not really, even because Jennings is playing. I don't think that's a big factor, but it is at least somewhat of a factor. And obviously, Brock Purdy not playing, it just not as high on him. I still like him, but I wouldn't call him a borderline must start. All right, let's do, as we're catching up here to the super chats, let's do some of the non super chats. Lightning round time. You ready?
I'm ready.
You're always ready. O2 mate, Walker Pacheco.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker here. All right. Zoidy MTE. Keon Coleman or Chris Olave?
This would easily be Keon Coleman for me, except he's got to face Sauce Gardner this week.
You know my answer. I need to see more. Show me more than one good game, Keon Coleman. I would just go Olave.
Yeah, I mean, if it was somebody else, but it's Olave and the Saints, I guess Olave, fine.
You can go Coleman. That's fine. I mean,
I don't really like either of these guys this week, but you got to pick one, I guess.
Yeah. All right. This one might be easier. Samuel Castillo, sit one. Gibbs, JT, Bucky, or Pollard?
You got to sit Pollard here.
Yeah. Pollard. That's a stacked room, but Elmer, Lemus, T. Higgins, or Keenan Allen?
Again, I have no reason to bench T. Higgins just because he had one down game last week. I know Keenan was good, but Keenan living off of volume here. Higgins could live off of huge plays and touchdowns. I want that.
Yeah, you got to start T. Higgins. And then we got McMold, Garrett Wilson, or Mecca Buka.
I mean, I hate benching Buka, but I can't sit Garrett Wilson this week.
Yeah, I really just going to say it again. I think Garrett Wilson could be possibly the top scorer at receiver this week. It should go off. All right, then Jose Rodriguez. Got to get back to the super chats. One running back, one flex, half HN, Bucky, T-Mac, Buka, Reese. Wow, only one running back and one flex.
Well, I think HN is a start. I mean, is a must. And then I think, I mean, as much as I like T-Mac and Buka and Brees this week, I can't sit Bucky. Like HN to me and Bucky are lineup locks, so they're in.
Yeah. HN and Bucky just must starts. That's it. TS. Devontae. That must be Smith or JMO.
I'm gonna guess, Devonta Smith or Jameson. I'm gonna go Devonta Smith here. It's a good matchup against the Chiefs. We just saw him get torched by the Chargers passing game. They're a good run. They're a pass funnel, right? They're very good against the run. Not a lead against the pass anymore. No Dallas Goedert. That means Jalen Hurts is going to actually have to throw to these wide receivers. I'm going to go Devonta Smith.
Yeah, and actually, I was just looking up other stuff. I'm just looking in general. Games dating back to 2020. This is John Paulson, 4 for 4. Devonta Smith has been especially productive in 11 games that Dallas Goedert has been limited out. And then it goes on to list a lot of very good games. I think Devonta Smith is a pretty strong start this week. All right, let's get to Luis Mini SE. And did the super chat. Thank you, Luis. I'm actually trying to look for your question. When I see it, I'll put it up, and I found it. Hi from Chicago. All right. Would you go QJ or Waddle?
I would just go QJ. It's a good spot for QJ. I mean,
yeah.
The Raiders just gave up a big game to Kayshon Boutte on the outside last week. Why can't QJ have a decent game? I don't want to start. Let me see the Dolphins show something that they're like close to what we expect.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure on the wide receiver start sit. I just said sit for Waddle. It's like I have to see something first. QJ, I mean, I don't expect him to score 2 touchdowns necessarily. He could score 1. I mean, it's a great matchup, so let's go QJ, and we'll see exactly what happens for the Dolphins. All right, Michael Bryan. Good morning. Not a believer in Jennings. I'm with you. Considering dropping him for Io Minor. don't know if I would do that though.
Yeah, I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to do this yet.
I'm okay since he's actually playing. I figure he's got to have some sort of trade value, right? Somebody out there is like, yeah, I'll buy low on Jennings. I mean, surely you could
Right.
trade him for at least a usable player. Maybe wait till today, right? See if Jennings actually does anything. But I get it. Not a believer, right? He's been injured. Brock Purdy's injured, so I get that. I just don't know if I would drop him for a guy like that. Hollywood or a Dunze? That's a tough one. He also says he got Chase and Pickens.
I mean, this one really isn't that tough for me. Like, yes, I like Odunze, but Odunze competing with DJ Moore, Hollywood Brown competing with Tyquan Thornton, Juju Smith-Schuster, and you look at Hollywood Brown, like even going back to last year when he wasn't running a lot of routes, his targets per route run, meaning like when he actually does run a route, is like insanely high. Like when he is out on the field running routes, he gets targeted at an insanely high rate. He's gonna get all the targets here. I think you got to go Hollywood.
Yeah, and we were both very high on Hollywood preseason. I actually have a ton of Hollywood in all my leagues, so I'm firing him up. I think it's close because I do like Odunze in general, of course, also, and I like Odunze this week. But yeah, everything you said, go Hollywood. Johnny 22 Bear, Hubbard or Pollard?
Chuba.
Yeah,
He was in another good spot this week.
Yeah, go Chuba. Should be fine. And then we got Ian Court, Boo Jets. Flex one into James, Jerry Judy, Dylan Sampson, Jameson Williams, Keyshawn Booty, Kenneth Gainwell.
Wow. Wait, flex 1 and 2? What does that mean?
Flex 1 and 2. I guess 2. Let's just say we're picking 2. I'm guessing he wants 2 flex picks. And is James,
is that
D,
James Cook? I mean, James Cook you have to start James Cook.
Yeah.
And then I think I have to go Jameson Williams next year. I mean, I like Booty. But I don't think I can put Booty in over Jameson Williams. James Cook, Jameson Williams.
Got Booty, got Judy, but we're going JMO. All right. Yeah, that's James Cook. You got to start James Cook. All right, new membership here, Brian Butler. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. And if see a question, we're definitely going to put it up. All right, let's keep it going for now. All right, there it is. Pickens, McMillan, or Henderson in the flex. Doesn't say if it's PPR.
Yeah, I'm going Pickens here. It's just, man, there's a lot of signs pointing to a big Pickens game. I know it's Pickens. He could do nothing. I mean, he's not going to do nothing, right? He's not going to do nothing, but like he could do mediocre, I guess. But he could also have like a really big game this week. I'm going Pickens.
Yeah, again, Pickens, McMillan, both those guys, you're depending on those big plays to some extent. Let's give the edge to the vet. And then we got main event, 804. Lamb, Higgins, London, or Flowers. Move one of those to get Igbuka.
I mean, definitely not one of the first 3. No way. No way.
No.
I think if you want to trade Flowers for Igbuka, I'm okay with that. Feels sort of fairish, but it also feels very lateral. Like, what is it? Is it really helping your team? But if you really like Igbuka, I'm okay with moving Flowers for Igbuka, but not those first 3. No way. No way.
No, definitely not. Flowers is the one that might be fair, but for me, I would just keep him. I'd rather have the number 1 receiver for Lamar Jackson than the number 2. Let's face it, even though Igbuka was better. Evans is still there, right? Igbuka is not going to take over Mike Evans. And Chris Godwin's coming back in like week 5, maybe week 6. I would rather have Flowers. Carson. Welcome back, Carson. Tight end premium. Start 3. Engram, Juwan Johnson, Igbuka, or Pearsall.
I can't start. I mean, you got to start Igbuka and Pearsall. I can't start a tight end over those 2 guys. And then I will go, even though I don't dislike Ingram this week, I'll go Juwan Johnson over Ingram this week.
Yeah, tight end premium doesn't push any of these guys over Ikuka Pearsall.
No.
I think Ingram is a good pick in a tight end premium format because you boost those reception totals. I do feel like he's going to get a fair amount of receptions. He's one of those tight ends who isn't going to need to live off of touchdowns, in other words. But this week, let's see, right? He's coming off that calf injury. Like you said, let's see if Juwan Johnson is legit. Let's put this up now. We're about an hour in. You know what? Let's do a Johnny 22 Bear unsolicited for no reason. So I wanted to mention that his draft lane league is great.
Nice. What's the name of your league?
Yeah, actually, that's good. It's a good point. Remember, draft lane, obviously, it's too late to create leagues, but we have a whole bunch of fantasy leagues here. But remember, you want to get your questions answered on draft lane. You can do that anytime. You know what? We do have another one. Should we do it now? Might as well do it now.
Let's do it.
All right. So, first of all, a quick reminder: if you just don't like to sit around and wait for the live stream, you want your questions answered at any time, use the DraftLane app. All right. So there's the QR codes have been up. That's how to download it. Obviously, you can get 10 free credits. Let me show you how it works. So we did one of these earlier. So we got a question here from the back marker bro.
Yes.
All right. Now, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to be listening because he's going to get feedback here on the app. He'll get his questions answered. It starts it. And you notice it says Yahoo. So Yahoo and Sleeper both sync with DraftLane. PPR start 2 receivers. And look at that. We can see his entire roster. It's got Burrow, BTJ, Pickens, Genty, Brown, Kraft. That's nice. Etienne is at the flex. But on the bench, this is going to be tough. Got Devontae Adams, Diggs, Pitts, Hollywood, and Mooney.
Yeah, so I intentionally left it. So I've been answering draft lane questions during the stream because we're getting draft lane questions coming in. So if you see me looking down at my phone typing, that's what I'm doing. So when I saw this one, I was like, ooh, this is tough. I'm going to leave this one for the stream because I knew we were going to answer another one. Because, I mean, Hollywood, Adams, Etienne, very, very tough decision for me, and it's full PPR. Oh, man. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, the good news is he started Kraft, so he's got a nice head start here. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, we agree BTJ, you still just have to leave him in your lineup regardless of last week. All right, so BTJ is a must start.
Yes.
And then I think the dilemma here first is Pickens. Do I like Pickens more than Adams and Hollywood? That's my question, and I don't think so. I mean, I know he has that ceiling, but like you've been saying with Hollywood, he's guaranteed that target share. So I would put Hollywood over Pickens at wide receiver.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So the flex is the dilemma. Etienne, Devontae Adams, George Pickens.
Yeah, let's move
Hollywood.
Pickens and Hollywood first. Yeah, so we can visually see that.
So
now it's Etienne, Adams, or Pickens.
Adams.
I mean, honestly, I think as much as I like Adams, he just feels a little safer, right? Like what's his ceiling when he's competing with Puka? Like, could he really have a huge game?
Yeah, Puka's target share was pretty insane, and we do expect a better game from Devontae Adams, right? Still kind of feeling his way into this offense, and they didn't really let it fly a whole lot last week because they didn't need to. They're not going to need to against the Titans, right? They're not going to have to put up a bunch of points. So let's go Etienne.
Etienne over Pickens?
I think so.
All right. That's fine. I like them all, so that's fine.
All right, there you go. And we're going to submit.
Well, no, let's give him a little comment.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Say something like we'd put Hollywood in over Pickens and flex Etienne, something like that.
There you go. All right. Of course, I forgot to end at the end. Good luck. All right. There you go. Easy as that. Get your personalized feedback on draft lane, just like you get here on the stream. All right, let's get that out. I think we're both just clicking at the same time.
Yes.
All right, we do have to keep going with the super chats so we don't fall behind here. Again, we're not just exclusively answering super chats, although right now we actually are because we got a lot. So if you want to guarantee you get your question answered here, either get that membership like Doug, been a member on YouTube, or super chat is like your fast pass. Good morning. Good morning. One last check. Pickens, Pearsall, and Hunter needs 2. Is it the first 2?
I'm going. I mean, I like all these guys this week, to be honest. I mean, Hunter out of the slot against the Bengals is nice, but I'm going to go Pickens and Pearsall.
Yeah, Pickens and Pearsall. Hopefully that's exactly what we said last time. Dead Internet Theory. Already played Love and Golden. Oh, the other guy already played Love and Golden. All right. Wow. Love was pretty good.
Right. I mean, Love was fine. Golden should, I mean, man, I'm sure you were sweating on those. Golden should have had a monster day.
Yeah, Golden looks like a nice time to buy low. But anyways, have Bowers, Mayer, Juwan. So here's the question. Do we wait on Bowers? I think you were probably going to agree yes, because you already got Mayer.
Yeah, I would just wait. Just don't fall asleep Monday night before the game.
Right. Flex 1, Hunter, Tillman, Pollard, Sharps, Shaheed. Oh,
all right. Here I'll go Hunter. It's full PPR. I like him this week out of the slot against the Bengals.
And it looks like he gets a little bonus for, is that punt return yards?
I mean, how many do any of these guys even return kicks? Shaheed, I guess, does.
Shaheed, I guess, does. I think he's probably just putting it in there because like this is why I'm thinking about Shaheed. Nah, it's still go Hunter. Still go Hunter. All right. Now we got Ashton Muhammad, PPR, Moore, Ridley, Pearsall.
I think we probably got to go Pearsall here, but this is another close one. Pearsall, though.
Yeah, the Pearsall dilemma continues. These are all really close, honestly, but still give the edge to Pearsall. All right, fine. Let's do this. Caught my attention. Baytown Jason got the championship last year. Good news. Let's do it again. Sit 1, Igbuka, Tet, Sutton, or Hollywood.
All right, are we sitting Igbuka or Tet? I think I'm sitting Tet here. I really like Igbuka out of the slot against that Texans secondary. I like Tet too, though, but man, I think if I have to sit one, it's going to be Tet here.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a situation where you say no to Tet. Look, he'll be good rest of the season, but can't put him over those guys just yet. Tyler Trowbridge, 4-point TD. Kyler or Patty?
I have no real reason to sit Mahomes. Like, what reason do I have to sit Mahomes? He should be fine.
Yeah, I'll go Mahomes. I see it as I don't necessarily have a reason to put Kyler Murray over a good quarterback just yet. There you go. John Patrick, Patagok, wide receiver 2 and half PPR. Go Hill, Keenan, DJ Moore, or Booty.
I think I got to go. Oh, man, Keenan, DJ Moore. I think I'm still going to. Oh, jeez. Going to go Keenan. I mean, my guts keep saying Keenan. I like my gut is saying say Keenan, and then I'm like, wait, what about DJ Moore? But like, I think Keenan just it's half PPR. Maybe hurts him a little bit. I don't know. I think I'm still going Keenan. I just like this matchup so much against the Raiders for all the Chargers pass catchers. Getting the target share. I mean, DJ Moore is competing with Odunze. Again, the Lions play a ton of man, and last year Odunze was better than DJ Moore against man. I'm going to go Keenan.
Yeah, it's one of those two. I can definitely sit this one out for Tyreek and wait and see. And then Booty, again, high on him, but I don't think he jumps over these guys just yet. Yeah, either one is good. Keenan, DJ. I think I'll lean DJ more, just feel a little better about the Bears. But that's close. You can go either way. J-Rod. Caleb or Jared?
I'm going to go Goff here. He's at home Gets to face that Bears defense. Should be very solid this week.
Yeah, home golf is good golf, and then you got to go Laporta over Kincaid regardless.
Yeah, Laporta borderline must start at tight end.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Stack those lines. Adventure. Got Lamar, Myers, London, Gibbs, Pollard, Kincaid, and Ridley. Walker's on the bench. Benson's on the bench. Wondering about Pollard. Would you go Walker over Pollard? Yes, definitely risk.
Yeah, I'm totally fine if you want to keep Pollard in. We know Pollard's going to get all the touches. Like there's no worry about Julius Chestnut turning this into a committee. So Pollard probably a little bit safer. I still probably will roll with Walker because I want that upside. But again, totally fine with Pollard here.
Yeah, upside. Again, Pollard feels pretty safe-ish. Like honestly, last week he got what 60 yards. I feel like this week he's going to get 60 yards. He's facing a defense that their top running back last week got 60 yards. He's okay, but take a shot on Walker. How about Cameron Robinson's been watching for the last 3 years. I don't remember getting comments from Cameron, so let's do it. Got to Henry or Swift.
Derrick Henry?
If it's Derrick Henry, that's like a no-brainer. You got to start Derrick Henry.
Yes.
HN or Harrison, that's tougher.
That's tougher. That one's definitely tougher. I might go here. I might go Harrison here. Not that I'm out on HM by any stretch, but I mean it's that Dolphins offense. What if it's a dumpster fire again? I know HM was still good last week, but Harrison looked good. And I don't know if you saw Matt Harmon did like a quick reception perception on Harrison from last week. It was like the route tree that they asked him to run was like drastically different than last year. It actually changed. Like it was like 80% in breaking routes or 68% in breaking routes or something like that, which is fantastic. So I think I'm gonna go Harrison.
Maybe it'll happen. Maybe this will be the year it'll happen, the breakout. So, man, it's tough for me not to play HN in general because he was the only guy who actually did something last week for the Dolphins. All right, I'll trust the data. Let's go Harrison. Okay, we got now Spielberg. Need to flex Javonte, Shakir, or Ingram.
I think you got to go Javonte here. I mean, Shakir's fine. Ingram's fine if he's your tight end. But I'll take the workhorse running back in the Cowboys offense, even if he's not anything special.
Yeah, Ingram definitely doesn't make the cut here. Shakir's always a solid option. Just the matchup is probably better for Javonte here. All right, it's time to feel the vibe. Good morning. LJ, Hubbard, Hampton, JJ, BTJ, Andrews, Keenan Allen, Prescott, Jonnu, Sutton on the bench, Judy's on the bench. Is that James Cook is on the bench? Why is James Cook on the bench?
No. All right, James Cook over Hampton.
Yeah. Sutton, I like Keenan, but you got to put Sutton over Keenan, right?
Yeah, I think I got to go Sutton over Keenan. Do we have any other tight end here? Jonnu Smith? I'd probably still go Andrews.
Yeah.
Although I'm honestly okay if you want to play Jonnu over Andrews. I mean, Jonnu at least had a target share. Andrews didn't even just running wind sprints out there.
True, but no, I think you got to stick with Andrews. Yeah, definitely start James Cook. All right, let's keep it going. Feel the vibe. I wonder if he knows that Diamond D song. I always listen to that. All right, we got Christos Karasulis. Crazy for starting Booty over Pollard.
I don't know if it's crazy. It's risky. It's certainly risky. I mean, Pollard, we know Pollard's going to get 17, 18, 19 carries, catch a pass or two. Like, it's hard not to start that for a guy who, let's be real, like, we've seen these guys and I am starting Booty in a couple places, but we've seen these one-hit wonders in fantasy before every year, pretty much. Not saying he'll be that because it is a great matchup against the Dolphins this week. And again, like he did have a ton of air yards last year. So I don't know if it's crazy, but it's certainly risky. But I do think Booty has more upside than Pollard this week. I will say that.
Right. Definitely has more upside. I think I would do this. Like I know it's not a sure thing he's gonna have a 100-yard game again. But the thing is, I just don't feel like Pollard has a big game this week. Again, he'll get you some yards. If he gets a touchdown, okay, fine, maybe. But if he doesn't get you a touchdown, you might not even be getting double digits. So I would just take a shot here. Feel good enough. Go Booty. Assuming it's full PPR, of course. All right, back to Johnny, 22 Bear. Flex, Genty, Hubbard, Pollard, Jacoby, or more. This must be an 18 league.
What the heck, Johnny? I mean, we still have Genty as a must start. I mean, I think it's between him. It's between the two Raiders, honestly, for me. I think the only thing that makes it even close is that it's full PPR. But again, it's hard not to start a running back who just had 21 touches.
Yeah, I think just got to go with Genty and assume he'll be better.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson, Njoku over Pitts, and Hampton or Ridley over Myers.
I'm going to go Pitts and Myers.
Yeah, Pitts over Njoku for sure. Even with Mooney playing, Hampton, Ridley over Myers. Yeah, I'll go Myers here. Bad sport. Season long. I don't think we need to pick, do we? But let's say Strange, Juwan, or Henry.
No, we don't need to pick season long. We don't need to do that. No reason to commit ourselves like this. This week, I think if I had to choose for this week, I would go Henry. Henry might even be the long-term option here, honestly. But this week, let's just go Henry.
Yeah. These are all good choices this week. Rest of the season to be determined. We'll see. All right, and we have Karsten Sikorka, Juwan Johnson, or Evan Engram.
I'm gonna go Juwan Johnson. I mean, I'm not out on Engram at all. Engram was getting targeted pretty decently before that injury last week, but he is coming off a soft tissue injury. There is risk here. Juwan Johnson should be heavily involved. Let's go Johnson this week, but don't drop Engram.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, and then Etienne or McMillan. This is full.
I think you got to go Etienne. He catches passes. He's got a great matchup this week. Yes, Tootin may eventually make this more of a split, but it's not going to be this week.
Right, exactly. All right, we got Chavis McWhorter, 14-man league. Lamar is the QB already, and so stack him up with Andrews or go Brenton Strange. Who gets that matchup?
That's funny because I'm actually answering this exact question on DraftLane right now for you. I'm going Strange. What about you?
I'm fine with Strange. I mean, I know you're like, well, I have Lamar. Doesn't matter. Look, go who's ever got the better matchup. I was big on Strange preseason, and again, Cincinnati for some reason is just horrible against tight ends. They were the worst last year, and you saw Harold Fannin, the rookie, just put up a good game against them. Let's go Strange. All right, this is one. We like to try to mix it up and get some players we haven't heard about yet. How about 3-1? Audrey, Palladino,
whoa,
Trey Tucker, Calvin Austin, Rashid Shaheed.
I mean, I probably just go. I don't mind Trey Tucker, especially if Bowers is out, but we're not going to know that until very late tomorrow. So Probably just go Calvin Austin here.
Yeah, I've talked up these guys separately in different videos, and Calvin Austin is the one you got to feel best about. He's the number 2 receiver in Pittsburgh. They did spread it out quite a bit, but he's still got that big play upside. I think Austin makes the most sense. All right, Ernesto Balsaceras needs a flex. Keon Coleman, Calvin Austin. Here they come. Or Kenneth Walker.
Here I'm going to go Kenneth Walker. I mean, these guys are all risky this week. I maybe would say Keon Coleman, but he's playing the Jets and Sauce Gardner, and I'm really worried that he's going to see a lot of sauce this week. So I'm going to go Kenneth Walker here.
Yeah, still got to go Walker. Can't give up on him after 1 week. So let's go even in PPR. Go Walker here. How about this? Because we may not get another one this week. Timmy Tam, Isaac Tesla, or Kayshon Boutte.
It's got to be Boutte. I know Tesla had that great catch, but what did he run? Like 3 routes last week or something like that?
Yeah.
He's barely on the field. He's barely on the field.
Way too soon for this. Way too soon. All right. Dion, hearing that the Colts are missing some corners, feeling decent about Sutton. We should feel decent about Sutton anyways. But he's saying it's hard to sit DK. It's because of the revenge game.
Not hard. It's not hard for me.
No. If you have Sutton, you got to play Sutton anyways. I think we did this. Let's do it again. Separate super chat from Luis Mini SE, Waddle or QJ.
Just give me QJ. I don't want to start a Dolphins receiver if I don't have to. Look, if they look significantly better this week and Waddle and Hill have big games, which would be very shocking because it's been like over a year since either of these guys had a big game, great. Next week, we can start talking about these guys again, but I don't want to have Waddle in my lineup getting – these guys combined for 8 catches and 70 yards. Combined for 8 catches and 70 yards last week. It's not even a great game for one guy, let alone 2.
I'm going to say this too. Even though he came back and he's fine, he's not in the injury report. He left. Remember that shoulder thing? I feel like this has become a thing too with Waddle, right? The last couple of years, he's had a lot of bumps and bruises and little things that kind of just keep him out. It's kind of becoming annoying, to be honest. Not giving up on him, of course, but this week I said Waddle is a sit. And I'm sticking with that. All right, welcome back to Shellback Toy Rewind, your source for retro Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gear and merch. Flex PPR, Hampton, Hollywood, Tet or Ibuka. Go Rams. All right.
I think you got to flex Hollywood here. As much as I like Tet and Ibuka, I mean, again, talked about it. Hollywood should be getting the majority of the targets from Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking that.
Yeah, we've already talked up Hollywood and the target share a fair amount. You got some good options here, but hard to not start Hollywood. All right, then we have new member, Ross Greenstein. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate you. And if you put any questions here, I'm kind of scrolling the chat to see if you did, but we'll put them up. Keep in mind, guys, also a reminder, if you did drop a super chat, we haven't skipped or ignored you, at least not that I'm aware. We're just going in order that they were received and almost an hour behind, so we're going to keep catching up here. We're going to stick to the super chats. If you want to definitely get your questions shown and answered, you're going to have to super chat based on how many we were getting. But we'll definitely do them all somehow or another. We always do. Bertrand, 850. Keenan or Devonta Smith in half?
Didn't we have this question earlier? Was it draft?
Yeah, it was like
this question.
There was like 4 players, and these were 2 of them, and we're like, these are the 2. I think I'm going Devonta Smith here. I've seen the data. I feel encouraged.
All right, it's half PPR. I mean, that does knock Keenan a little bit. That's fine. And this is razor thin for me.
Yeah. All right. Hi. Full PPR, pick 3 for 2 flex spots and 1 receiver spot. JMO, Pearsall, Moore, Hollywood, Aaron Jones.
All right, I think you got to go Hollywood. I think Pearsall is my number 2, and DJ Moore is my number 3. No Aaron Jones.
No Aaron Jones here. And then that question about Bowers. With Strange on the bench, do you risk it? I think the answer is yes.
I risk it. Hopefully Michael Mayer is out there just in case. If Michael Mayer is not out there for some reason, I might not risk it. Because a 0 would really suck.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Don't want to base my decisions on the words of Pete Carroll, but I mean, he did practice, and they're saying it sounds like he's going to play. So I think you should feel good enough. Then we got the back marker, bro. Again, BTJ, Pickens, Hollywood, Adams, pick 2.
Oh man. Well, I think it's BTJ Hollywood here again. I mean, I like all these guys this week. Like, oh man, can you guys give me somewhere it's like, oh, I don't like that guy, but I like that guy easy. It's like you just keep throwing out guys I really like this week, but we can only start 2 of them. I can't bench BTJ yet. Like, come on. And Hollywood again, talk about it. He should get all the targets in the Chiefs offense. I can't bench that. So it's BTJ and Hollywood, even though I think Pickens could have a big game, and I think Adams will be solid.
Yeah, I'll go BTJ Hollywood. Again, one not so great week from BTJ, but also it's the Bengals. I mean, you got to start him against that defense and then go Hollywood. All right, now we got Dill. Sit one between Devonta Smith, Pickens, Hollywood, Odunze, Pearsall.
Got to sit one of these. I think I'm sitting Devonta Smith, maybe Odunze.
I was thinking that actually as much as I like him, actually, I don't know. My gut call here was Odunze.
That's fine because it's between Smith and Odunze for me for who I'm sitting. So let's just make it easy for you and sit Odunze.
Yeah, one of those two. I think I don't know why, which is weird because I do like the Bears this week and I like Odunze, but I like Devonta Smith. I mean, like them all. That's the problem. All right, Dion. 10-team non-PPR. Bucky over Chuba. Yeah. Bijan is my RB1, and man, you're pretty good. But yeah, Bucky over Chuba.
Good. Yeah, definitely Bucky over Chuba.
All right, and then familiar name for sure. It's Tristram. What's up, Tris?
What's up?
Start Herbert or May.
I think you got to go Herbert here. Herbert probably going to run more than May, and probably going to throw for more than May.
Yeah, against Vegas, we can go Herbert. Daniel Orton, Kyler, or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. I'm going double Justin.
Definitely Fields here. Definitely go Fields. MD Representa. Superflex needs 2 running backs between Etienne, K9, Kamara, Achane, and then the Superflex spot. Caleb, Myers, Odunze, or one of those running backs. We got to go Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb is more than good enough for your super flex. Got to go Caleb. And then I'm going Etienne Achane at running back.
There you go. And then the real Woods, Pacheco, Sampson, or Shards. Yeah, Pacheco is not a guy you're thrilled with right now. But I think it's too early just to give up. Look, I'm not going to put Sampson over him. The question is, well, how much run does Charbonnet get?
I guess just go Pacheco and hope for the best.
I know it doesn't make you feel great, but I think you got to go with Pacheco. He's technically still the RB1 for Kansas City. It's a tough matchup. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's facing the Eagles. But I'm going to go Pacheco. Pan Dulce. Sounds good right about now. 12-man full PPR needs 2-2, a tight end and a flex. JT, Kyron, Connor, Devontae, Sharbs, CD, Devontae Adams, Diggs, Ibuka, Ridley.
All right, well, you got to start JT and Kyron.
Yeah.
You got to start CD. I probably go Adams number 2. I don't even see the tight end, so I assume you have a tight end you like. Ibuka, Ridley. That one's close. It's between Ibuka, Ridley for me at the flex. I think I'd give Ibuka the slight edge this week.
Yeah, it's just Ibuka Ridley. It's only the dilemma there. Yeah, go Ibuka too. Eminem 17, Hawk or Strange in half.
I think this week I would go Strange.
Yeah, generally speaking, again, I would still start Hawk in most leagues, but Strange is such a good matchup for the tight end, so that's fine. So should I stash Jaden Blue? Well, I'll just answer this because I do the stash video. I didn't put him. It's too soon. I don't think he's going to give you any value the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens, but I don't think you need to do this just yet.
If he's even active, is he even active? Let's see.
Yeah, even if he's active, I don't even know if he's active. That's why it's too soon. Dustin Chalfant.
No, he's not even active again this week.
Yeah, there's no need to stash him. Let's see. With the first one, 10 team. By the way, hello, Dustin. Thank you for being back here. First 10 teamer needs 2 receivers in the flex. AJB, Ted McMillan, Rome, Pearsall, Pittman, Travion. 2 receivers in the flex.
You still have to start AJ Brown. I know it was terrible last week. No doubt. You still got to start AJ Brown this week. I think Pearsall is my number 2 here. And then flex would be Ted or Rome. I'm going to say Ted just because I haven't said yes to Ted enough.
That's a good reason. Look, Ted, again, it's hard to know exactly what you're getting from him. I mean, he looked good in his debut. The offense overall didn't look good. A little worried. They also, Arizona has a pretty decent corner that might be on him. I'm going to go Rome in this case. But that's close. Okay, here's the second one. I believe it says standard. AJB, Nico, Ridley, Hunter. I guess
needs 2 wide receivers. I mean, you got to play AJ Brown and Nico.
Yeah, I don't think the format even matters. Nico's a no-brainer. AJB is still pretty. I mean, did we have him as a must start? I guess we didn't. Did we?
We did not, because I mean, after last week, it's hard to tell people, yeah, you have to start him. But I'm still mostly starting him now. If it's really bad again this week, like let's say Devonta Smith goes out there and has like 8 or 9 catches and AJ Brown looks terrible again, then we might have to start considering benching AJ Brown, but not yet.
Right, especially Goddard's not even playing. But I will say that, like, if it's AJ Brown or T Higgins, okay, I might go T Higgins, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, I go Wilson, but nah, these guys aren't going to do it. All right, good luck, Dustin. Now, Jake the Snake, Connor or Javonte Williams?
Ooh, this one's tough. Connor in just such a much better spot and just such a much better running back, but we did see a decent amount of Trey Benson last week. I mean, it's going to be all Javonte Williams. I mean, I'm really shocked that Jadon Blue was not active this week after how bad Miles Sanders looked last week. That's not a good sign for Jadon Blue. I'm going to go Connor, but it's close here. But it's just too good of a matchup for Connor against the Panthers.
Yeah, I got to stick with Connor. Like, compared to preseason, I'm a little lower on Connor than I was, and I'm a little higher on Javonte than I was, but they haven't caught up to each other yet. I'm still going Connor because it's not a bad matchup. All right, what about tight end Andrews, Kincaid, or Juwan Johnson?
Can I really put Juwan Johnson over Andrews?
I don't think Kincaid makes the cut here. Look, I know week 1, right? Obviously, Juwan Johnson was the right answer. Doesn't mean it'll be the right answer in week 2, but I could see this. I could see going Juwan.
Yeah, I get that one. Oh, man. All right. I don't want to like completely give up on Andrews after 1 week here, but I mean, Juwan was so involved. If he's that involved again, I guess let's go Juwan.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's really a tough one. And it doesn't say if his PPR. I think you can go Juwan. All right, let's keep going, though. We got Cole Blackman and a 12-teamer. Stranger and Njoku. We've been saying Strange here.
Strange.
Pick 2, Ridley, Hollywood, Jalen Warren, Tillman, Mooney, Leggett.
Ridley and Hollywood.
Yeah, this one pretty easily, those first two. Dion is asking, did I say John is the guy you want to win your league? I think I said that sarcastically. Would I drop Njoku for him? No, not yet. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, I think it's too soon for that.
I did. You know this. I did half sarcastically say Jonnu Smith league winner last year, and I was half correct. All right.
Yes.
Ivan Guy, MCOC, flexing Hunter, Walker, Jones, Coleman.
Only one of these? I'm going to go Travis Hunter.
I'm assuming one. Assuming some sort of PPR. Yeah, Hunter. And then Pitts or Henry. Man.
I mean, Henry's in a great spot this week. Mooney is back. Maybe Henry over Pitts this week.
I had said on the waiver wire, I'd said Henry would be my favorite tight end to pick up other than Pitts. But now we know London is good, right? We didn't know early in the week, and now we know Mooney is playing. So I'm like, and then after seeing the Diggs is still not really separating, I think I might go Henry now over Pitts. But this is pretty close either way, right? Both are good options.
Yep.
All right. And then Iceman is back. Non-PPR, we need 3 between Puka, that's a yes, Waddle, QJ, or Ridley.
Not Waddle. I'm taking the other 3.
Yeah, we've already gone QJ over Waddle, so the one who sits is Waddle. All right, Dustin got another question. Got Bowers and Mason Taylor. In this league, we get 6. What? We get 6 moves all year. That sucks. I've already used one. So do I wait for Bowers or drop Taylor to get a guy like Henry, Strange, Fannin, Johnson?
Nah, wait for Bowers. I mean, you only have 5 moves left all year. I don't want to waste one on a 1 week, potentially just a 1 week tight end rental. No way.
Yeah. If we weren't sure, I mean, we feel good enough that Bowers will play, right? He'll play. But man, that's brutal. All right, Dylan McNamara. Big fan. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Since forever. All right. A few start-sit questions. It means the good old days when we were figuring it out. Kyler or Fields?
Fields.
Definitely Fields. It says Kenneth or Samson. Is that possibly
Walker.
Kenneth Gainwell?
Oh, I hope not. I was assuming Kenneth Walker. I hope Kenneth Walker. If it's Kenneth Gainwell, give me Samson.
Kenneth Walker. I'll go Walker. If it's Kenneth Gainwell, I would not go Kenneth Gainwell. All right, and Ted or Pickens?
Like them both, but I just think Pickens has a chance for a huge game. I'm going to go Pickens.
There you go. All right, and then we got Blinky. Pick 2, K9, Sharps, Mason, Chubb.
K9 and Mason. See, I saw the Texans are down their starting center. I mean, it's not good for this run game.
No. Not that we were probably going to pick Chubb anyways. John Mayer, Juwan Johnson, Brenton Strange, down 30. Okay, does that change the decision?
No, I mean, down 30 could mean like nobody scored 30 unless your league has some weird scoring things and Tucker Kraft hit 30. But if I'm down 30 with he's already had 3 guys play, you know what I mean? Where they only average like 10 points each. Like at down 30, it's not going to impact my decision here. I think Strange is in too good of a spot this week to not start him.
Yeah, Strange has the more upside anyways. All right, Blaze, Jam, 49, Pearsall, Rome, or Ridley.
These guys are all cool. I'm going Pearsall still.
Yeah. all very close here. It's Pearsall. I think I'd probably put him barely in that order. How about let's do this one? It's pretty easy. Full Metal Brotherhood, Warren or Fannin?
Warren.
Yeah, definitely go Warren here. All right, still catching up to super chats. Again, keep in mind, guys, we're gonna do them all. We just gotta do them in order because that's only fair. But Alan Wendling does have that membership. What's up, Alan? J. Moore Pickens in half.
Pickens.
Pickens it is. Let's go now. And he asks, is Dobbins going to continue as the lead back? Not too much longer, but for now, probably.
Yeah.
And then the basically question we just answered, Strange or Fannin, going Strange.
Yes.
All right, now another one, actually, super chat from Full Metal Brotherhood. Purdy and Kittle are out, so Penix or Rodgers?
Oh man. I think I go Penix here, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Penix. You know, I think of all the week one is a lie stats, I think Aaron Rodgers putting up huge numbers and 4 touchdowns, it's probably going to wind up being the biggest lie. And Warren or Fannin is definitely Warren, as we said. All right, Austin Hicks. Kamara, Achane, JT, Jamar, Nico, BTJ needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex. So basically what we're just sitting one of these guys in full PPR. And that's a good group.
You got to go Achane, JT at running back. You got to go Jamar, Nico, BTJ at wide receiver and flex.
So we're sitting Kamara.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kamara, we already talked about that a little earlier. All right, now we have Dan Plant. Unfortunate decision. Threw his phone in the pool after last week, but must have retrieved it, fished it out, put it in the rice. It's all good now. Needs to pick between Walker and Booty.
I mean, I like Booty, but I don't think I could put Booty in over Walker.
Yeah. And look, I can see a scenario. You know, you hate to just think of week 1 stats, right?
Right.
Booty was good. Walker was not. I could see it continuing because of various reasons, which we don't have time to get into, and we already kind of explained. But if it's my team, I'm keeping Walker in there, and I know you are too. Toy Games, Johnson or Hawk?
I think I still got to go Hawk here, but very, very curious to see Juwan Johnson's usage this week.
Yeah, this could go either way. This is one I'm not overreacting to week 1 either. I still like Hawkinson a whole lot. Let's go Hawkinson here. Cali Kid. 1 each. T-Law, Murray. I guess let's do that one. T-Law or Murray?
I'm going to go Kyler over T-Law.
Yeah, I still don't trust T-Law. Well, I don't trust either of these guys. These are the 2 quarterbacks that I probably trust the least. We don't have time for this, but I would just say they're kind of still propped up by their draft stock, number 1 overall, right? Like we just expect them to be good. I think we're still kind of waiting for T-Law. Like how long are we going to wait? Myers, Ladd, Warren, Strange. Okay, so Myers or Ladd.
I mean, it's got to be. I think it's got to be Ladd.
Yeah, I got to start Ladd. Warren or Strange at tight end.
Warren. Still got to be
Warren. That's close. Ibuka, a good trade for Etienne.
It feels fair right now. Like it feels good right now if you need a running back, but I do worry that we're going to see Etienne be not as good later in the season. So
yeah, I kind of feel that way for Ibuka. This is a good time to trade, possibly sell high on Ibuka, which I know people are going to riot when I say that, but Godwin's going to come back at some point. He's not going to score, every single week. Is Blachel Tootin going to be the guy eventually? Maybe. I don't know. I think it's fair if you need a running back, though. Well, I would only do this if you need a running back, which, again, it's week 2. Rest of season, Purdy, Lawrence, Stroud, Geno, Ward, May.
Stream. I mean, if I had to pick one of these guys rest of the season, I mean, I'd right now I would pick May because he's healthy, but I'd still have Purdy over all of them. But he's hurt. So
yeah. Right now it's May. Cole Blackman, a different league. Pearsall, Devontae Smith, Keenan Allen.
Oh, jeez. Keenan probably the safest choice here if you don't want to risk it. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Pearsall, but yeah, don't blame me if you want to play Keenan.
This is like, do you have a 3-sided coin? Can you flip it? Like, I might go Devonta Smith here, but honestly, you can go any direction here. I almost don't even know the difference. I do like Pearsall still. I think Smith might have a bigger game. Lisa Swan, pick 3.5. Keenan, Swift, Moore, and Myers. All right, this one maybe what? Even though it's half, you sit the running back here.
Yeah, I think here I sit Swift. Although I don't dislike Swift, he had great usage last week. But yeah,
I
probably sit Swift.
I like Swift enough. I just don't know if I like him more than those receivers. Yeah, let's sit Swift. All right, Tyrone Jr., Tyrone Tracy, or Jordan Mason. Just go with a namesake? Probably not.
No, Jordan Mason.
So we mentioned this, Tyron, I don't know if you saw it, and everybody else who maybe wasn't on the very beginning. We always break down the injury report, tell you who's in, who's out, and sometimes non-skill player injuries matter, right? Offensive linemen, defensive backs. Andrew Thomas, the best and maybe only good offensive lineman for the Giants, is doubtful. He's not going to play. You saw how brutal it was last week. I might not be any better. Yeah, Tracy's going to be rough to play anytime soon, so just go Mason. All right. Marca Jaramillo, Harvey, or Sampson in full?
Let's just go Harvey. I mean, Judkins playing. Yeah, let's go Harvey and see if he gets more involved this week.
Yeah, the Sampson, I don't know if you can call it hype, but whatever interest we might have had, Sampson might be very short-lived here. Alex Reyes, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, or Jalen Warren?
I'm going to go Pickens here. I like his potential upside this week, but Smith, not a bad option, not Jalen Warren.
Not Jalen Warren for sure. I think I'm going to go Smith here. This is tough between those two. Jake the Snake with another. 2 receivers, Devontae, I think that's Adams. Flowers, QJ, Shakir.
I think you got to go the first 2 here. They're at least a tier above those other guys.
Yeah, either Devontae, I think, honestly, and Flowers. Main events with another Mayfield or Rodgers.
I don't really have a compelling reason to bench Baker Mayfield. I mean, he was great pretty much all last year. He was great in week 1. I'm not like scared of the Texans here or the Texans defense where I'm like not starting Baker. Give me Baker.
Yeah, give me Baker. I actually also don't really still have a compelling reason to start Rodgers. So, despite last week, I'm not buying into it. All right, Chavis, I know we did this earlier. He wants to make sure we got this question answered. Anders or Strange?
Strange.
I think we went Strange. All right, go Strange. Tyler Sperry, Evans, or Devonta Smith?
I know Evans didn't have a big game last week, but I just don't have a reason to bench Evans yet. Like, there's nothing making me say like, oh, I better bench it. Nah, I'm playing Evans.
I know. I'm playing Evans too. Devonta Smith is a good receiver, and he could have a good game without Goddard, but still, it would have to be a stud receiver for me to bench Evans for. And yeah, I got to start Evans. Alex Snodgrass, what's up? Standard, K9 Mason, DJ Moore, T-Mac or Myers? Whoa.
I mean, hard for me not to play Walker here in non-PPR. I think Jacoby's okay if you're nervous. But it's just hard for me not to start a potential workhorse running back. So I'm going to go Walker, but totally understandable if you're like, I'm too nervous and I want to go Jacoby. But just know that if Jacoby doesn't score, how many yards is Jacoby getting? Probably not like 100 plus.
Yeah. The fact that it's a standard makes it tough. Let's go Walker. Because again, you always hammer home those stats with how almost insignificant wide receivers are in a standard league. Like just having that running back it's always more valuable.
Yep.
All right, let's go K9 and hope for the best.
Although we want a running back that's getting the touches, so we got to hope that K9 is that guy.
Yeah, definitely hoping for that for sure. Dr. Mike Mama. It's a 16-man league, needs a flex. And when you're in a 16-man league, here are your options. Trey Benson, Chiga Okonkwo, or Ayo Minor Titans.
This is tough between Benson and Ayo Minor. Benson, a great matchup against the Panthers this week. We saw him get involved. Maybe he gets more involved this week. He did get 1 carry inside the 10. Connor got 2, so it's not like he was totally taken out when they got near the goal line. Ayo Minor could always hit on a big play. But I think I'm going to go Benson here just because they're playing the Panthers.
Yeah, Ayo Minor had some good usage. I mean, he was out there a lot. He was targeted, a ton of air yards, like shockingly high amount of air yards, but they weren't connecting. He didn't actually produce. It's going to take time to keep saying. I don't think it's time to start him just yet. Benson at least will get you something. So go Benson. All right, Michael Phillips in half PPR scoring. Pickens or Hollywood?
I think we got to go Hollywood here. I mean, I do really like Pickens, but Pickens is the number 2 wide receiver. Hollywood's the number 1 wide receiver for Mahomes. We got to go Hollywood.
Yeah, half makes it a little closer, but still should feel really good about Hollywood. Now we got Rush 0912. Good morning. What about this? Sending CD to get Ladd and Pickens. Feels like enough, but look at the team. Well, it does adds depth my team. So basically, after CD got Igbuka and Olave, I think that might actually help this team.
Yeah, I think I do this. I think Ladd can be close enough to CD this year. I mean, certainly I prefer CD, but I don't think CD's going to like lap Ladd McConkey this year. And you're still getting Pickens as well. So I think for your team, because right now you're starting like CD, Igbuka, and Olave.
Yeah.
Now you'll be starting Igbuka, Ladd, and Pickens. I like that a lot better.
Yeah, based on the lack of depth here, and I don't know who etc. is. Maybe you have somebody good on the bench, but it doesn't look like it's great. Let's do this. All right, then we got Sebastian Arias, Hawk, or Johnson. Like Johnson involvement. Yeah, but Hawk should get involved.
Yeah, I think we still got to go Hawk.
And then wide receiver help, London, JSN, Flowers, Booty, Hollywood, Tillman. Trusting the process with Knicks. Yeah, Knicks will be fine.
Yeah, and I don't know how many wide receivers you start here. I mean, I could maybe put Hollywood over Flowers. But London, JSN are must.
Yeah, I mean, the way you got it's fine. Obviously, Flowers coming off a monster game. I think he's still a good start. If you want to go Hollywood, that's okay too. In Lucero, Ingram or Fannin? And then 10
I'm going PPR. Ingram here.
Yeah, go Ingram here. Do a couple of quickies here. LPia. Drop Mims for Booty.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. Cam, start Jordan Mason or Booty?
If it's PPR, Booty. If it's non-Mason.
Yeah. All right. And then Christian, Stephon, Travion, or Pickens in full?
Pickens.
Yeah. All right. Now Jules Henley, Hollywood, or Myers? Oh.
Again, this is tough. Like them both. But I think I got to give the edge to the wide receiver one with Patrick Mahomes. And just give me one moment.
Yeah. I like them both. But I think with Bowers playing, probably, if Bowers was out, we knew he wasn't playing. I said, okay, you know what? Let's give the edge to Myers. But Hollywood, they're both good. Let's go Hollywood here. We know Worthy's not playing. Mark Rodriguez, Mahomes or Fields? Look, Mahomes should be solid this week. I'm going Fields for upside here. Again, we just saw exactly how bad Buffalo defense is at times. We saw how good Fields was last week. Doesn't mean Fields is going to have a monster week, but he absolutely could. You got that upside, that rushing. Let's go Fields here. And then Pearsall or Ridley, closer, but I will say I've got Pearsall higher. I'm a little lower than Chris on Ridley. I got him as a flex option. I'm just worried in general. I mean, everything is encouraging exactly what we thought we would see. The target share, of course, clearly the number one guy there. Cam Ward is legit. I have zero concerns about that, obviously. It's just going to take some time here. Ridley will still be good, but not great. Pearsall, I just feel good enough about. Going to go Pearsall. So Fields and Pearsall it is. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll tell Chris thanks. Keon Johnson. Oh, are you kidding? Nico or Garrett Wilson? You can't start them both. Honestly, like who else do you have that you can't start both of these guys? I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson. I can't not start Garrett Wilson this week. I already said about the matchup. I just finished talking about with Fields. I don't know why we have this question here. Chris, it's Nico Collins or Garrett Wilson. For some reason, we have to pick.
I mean, I can't not start Nico. I'm going Nico. I don't know how you have to make this decision, but
I don't know. But I have to start Garrett Wilson this week. I have to. He's my guy. So I'm going Garrett Wilson. But honestly, I don't know why you have this dilemma.
Right.
All right. What? I'm not sure what this meme means. Derek Wells Spiegel just said he was looking for our stream and found it. Something about being shadow banned. I'm not sure what that means, but I hope we're not being shadow banned. I don't know why it would be. Sean Van Coor needs 4. Devonta Adams, JSN, Malik Neighbors, Cortland Sutton, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you do have too many good receivers. This must be a shallow league. So we have to pick 4 here.
You got to start Neighbors. You got to start Wilson. You got to start JSN. Adams, Sutton. I think I go Sutton.
Yeah, I think it's those middle 4. Yeah, well, it's a good problem to have at least. Curtis, this is funny. Curtis Smith got talked into fantasy as a British. I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, you're in the right place. Pitts or Johnson? We'll help you.
Pitts.
Go Pitts this week. Money Mitch. Chubb or Pacheco? Ugh.
I mean, I'd rather have the running back in the Chiefs offense, I guess. So Pacheco, but neither.
Yeah, not an ideal situation. I'm going Pacheco. Yeah. All right, and then let's do Nicholas Hernandez. Etienne, Hall, Walker, Aaron Jones needs 1 running back and 1 flex.
Etienne's going to be the running back. It's going to be Etienne and Hall. Etienne and Hall.
Yeah. This is another one from Money Mitch. Myers or Adams. This is standard.
I think his standard, I'll go Adams. I think he's got more touchdown upside, more big play upside.
Yeah, I think this changes things a little bit. Not that it was like a huge difference, but touchdown upside. Ozzie C, DJ Moore or Calvin Ridley?
I'm going Calvin Ridley. I like Ridley this week. I don't want to say I'm like out on DJ Moore, but I think I like Odunze a little more than DJ Moore this week. So give me Ridley.
I'm going DJ Moore. Again, I'm a little worried still about Ridley, how much he's going to produce. I think he's startable. He's a flex option. This is a flex question. I think I'm a little higher on DJ Moore. He's like, this is my flex. Steban Jr. started JCM. All right, probably wouldn't have advised that, but okay. Got Bijan starting, AJB, Buka, JMO, Tillman, and Booty. Okay, well maybe we would have advised that your other running backs are Benson and Harvey.
Yeah, I think you're good here. I think you're starting the best lineup here.
Yeah, so 2 receivers, AJB, Buka, and flexing. What, JMO? Probably JMO.
Yeah, because I'm not. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, AJ Brown, Buka. Sorry, Jameson. I don't know. Harvey, Benson, Harvey. I mean, I'd probably go Benson because it's the Panthers, but that's close.
I don't think he needs, because he's saying he already started Bill and he's got Bijan, so I think we're already set at running back.
Okay, then yeah, AJ Brown, Buka, Jameson.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't think you need to switch up too much here. Rusty Shackelford, what's up? Here's the squad. Got JD, Nico Sutton, Buka, DK, Ricky, Achan, CMC, Travion, Bill, Etienne, B-Rob, Warren, Judkins. Rice was dropped.
Yes.
Pick him up. Who could we drop?
I would much rather stash. Like, do you have CMC? Okay, maybe you have to keep B-Rob just because you have CMC, but I would much rather stash Rashee Rice than Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pick him up somehow.
Yeah.
Bill, yeah. Only because you have CMC, keep B-Rob, but yeah, you can drop Judkins for him. Mr. Bleach, Adunze, Pickens, or Sharp.
I'm going Pickens. I like his upside this week.
Yeah, I'm fine with Pickens over Adunze. It's close, not Charbonnet. Brandon Norris, which 2? Adams, Igbuka, T. Higgins.
I think you have to start T. Higgins, and it comes down to Adams and Igbuka. I think I like Adams a little more.
Yeah, agree with that. Got to start T. Higgins. All right, then we have Diario. Kittle on IR. Got Henry and Njoku. Pitts is on the waiver wire. All right, so who to go with? It's a non-PPR league.
Well, non-PPR, I might go Hunter Henry. I feel like he's got more touchdown upside.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Pitt's very good option, but again, now with those other receivers playing, I think I'll bump Henry up a little bit over Pitts. And yeah, just not Njoku for now. Lorenzo Luna, Ingram or Fannin?
Ingram.
Go Ingram. Brandon Rodriguez. 2 between DJ Moore, JMO, and Pickens.
I'm going to go DJ Moore and George Pickens.
Yeah. Same here. Phil wants to know, Phil the Vibe, how y'all feel about Kelsey? If not good, help me. Got Fannin, Johnson, Okonkwo, Henry. Ooh,
I would start Henry over Kelsey. I would start Henry over Kelsey.
You know, I'm big on Henry, so he's asking how do you feel about Kelsey. I think we're going to kind of feel the same about Kelsey every week, right?
Yeah.
Which is not great. Not great. He did have that touchdown, but what, 2 catches last week? And remember, everywhere that he's missed.
Target per route run rate was like 0.11, I think. Like he's not even getting targeted that much. Like, yeah.
And the thing that people are like, well, Worthy's out. Worthy missed most of last week. I mean, he went out early, didn't he? Like in the second quarter?
I think it was like the third snap. No, it was like the third snap.
It was the first quarter, yeah. So, anyways. All right, Edouard Nolasco. Should I start Myers? Well, let's see. Got Wilson, Brees, JT, Bijan, Puka, and Terry already played. I mean, yeah, you can start Myers. I don't know who else you have on the bench, though.
Yeah, but I can't, like... I mean, I would have gone Myers over Terry, honestly, this week. But what's done is done. I mean, I'm not sitting Wilson or Puka to get Myers in, so.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, if that's the question, are you switching Myers for any of these guys? No. Well, wait a minute. Is he flexing Brees? He's got Bijan, JT, and Brees. So I wonder if one of those is a flex play. But still, I don't think I would put Myers over like Brees.
Nah, Brees getting too many touches.
All right, so don't swap out any of these players if that's the question. Then we got Steezy Keats, Travion, or Tet.
Go Tet here. Go Tet. Travion, I think will get more involved this week, but I don't know if it's enough just yet.
Yeah, exactly. Steban Jr. again needs 3 Neighbors, JSN, Myers, McMillan, Sutton, Tillman.
I mean, you got to start Neighbors and JSN. Sutton, Myers, very close here, but I think Sutton. I think I just saw like the top 2 corners for the Titans, like the Jerry Sneed and other corner out. Oh wait, no, they don't. No wait, who do the Broncos play this week? Oh, the Colts. The top Colts. 2 corners for the Colts. Sorry, the top 2 corners for the Colts are out.
Yeah.
I think you got to go Sutton. Although I really like Myers. So Neighbors, JSN, Sutton.
Yeah. Jamie. Genty or Sharps? And Pollard or Hill? Got to be Genty.
Genty and Pollard.
Yeah. Got to be Genty. All right. And then Amaryllis Continue. Ingram or Andrews?
Oh, man. I think I still go Andrews here.
Yeah, I'll go Andrews as well. Brees or Walker for RB2? It's standard.
Got to go Brees.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about Walker here if you got Brees. All right, then we got Richard Anapolsky, Jennings, Tracy, or Calvin Austin.
I know I'm low on Jennings, but I don't think I can be this low on Jennings. He's playing and it's the Saints. I'm going to go Jennings.
Yeah, exactly. It's PPR. Tracy's not really an option here. Calvin Austin did have a nice game, but I already said I'm not buying into the Week 1 Steelers outburst. I guess we'll go Jennings. Brandon Norris, Travion, or K9?
I'm going K9 here if it's me, but I totally understand if you want to go Travion Henderson and not risk it with K9. Totally get it.
Yeah, this could go either way. But we're still keeping some faith in Walker. Gets more usage. I hope that happens. Let's go Walker. Duval Dan. Ooh, Dylan Sampson or RJ Harvey?
Just give me RJ Harvey. Hope he gets more involved. Dylan Sampson, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, even if Judkins is playing, I feel like Sampson gets you something because he will catch passes. That's kind of it, right? This is still very much a floor play. Just take a chance Harvey rips off a big run, which he did last week. And then Brandon Norris again, Njoku or Hunter Henry. I'm going Henry.
Yes.
And then John Henry. Pickens or McMillan?
Pickens.
Swift or Pearsall?
Pearsall.
All right, Zachary Mudd. Can only play 2 flexes. Which 2? Monty Pearsall, DJ Moore, Pickens.
Pearsall and Pickens for me.
Yeah, I think Pearsall and Pickens. Pickens more is close. I feel like I've been going Pickens, though. Ben Spencer, McCarthy, or Caleb?
Still going to go Caleb here. He ran more last week, although McCarthy ran in a touchdown too, didn't he? But Caleb.
Yeah, I like Caleb Williams. I feel like the Bears are going to throw a lot. I think he's got upside. Hawkinson or Kincaid?
I'm not ready to completely give up on Hawkinson yet. Let's go Hawk.
Yeah, Hawkinson here. What's up, Carl Williams? Pick 2. I think Juwan Jennings, Calvin Ridley, or Hollywood Brown.
Not Juwan Jennings. Go the other 2.
Right. In this case, you don't have to sweat Juwan Jennings. Aaron K. Pick 2. I believe that's Neighbors.
That's just the
Pick 3. Sorry, pick 3. Neighbors, Sutton,
Drac.
Drake, like Drake London.
Oh, maybe Drake London. If that's Drake London, it's the first 3. If it's like Dracula, I don't know who that would be. Then I'll put Igbokwe.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's the first 3. Pick 1. Tootin, Walker, Harvey. It's too soon for Tootin.
Way too soon for Tootin. I think it's too soon for Harvey too. I know Walker's risky, but I'll take a chance on Walker.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, 95. How's it going? Appreciate you as always. Knicks or Goff?
I think Goff should be solid enough this week that if you don't want to risk it with Knicks after last week, I'm okay with that.
I think Goff due for a big game. Feel good about the Lions offense this week. I'm going to go Goff. And then Cardinals, although this is closer now again when Knicks, you're saying that the Colts missing those corners. Knicks should be fine, but I would go Goff.
Knicks
Cardinals or Ravens.
I'd probably go Cardinals here against the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Cardinals get the slight edge. Of course, it's tough because DST, we don't know the scoring system. It's always different, which is why we don't play with defenses, but Cardinals. All right, Javier Leon, Andrews or Strange?
I don't know. I might actually go Strange here. It's a great matchup for him.
Yeah, I'll go for the upside. Go for Strange. Fields or Knicks?
Fields.
Yeah, go Fields. Massive upside there. Bertrand, 850. Fannin or Juwan Johnson?
Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson it is. 95 again. In other league, it's half Tillman, Warren, Judkins.
I'm going to go Tillman. J.R. Alexander, by the way, for the Ravens out today, so that does help Tillman a little bit.
There you go. Another shootout, I feel. All right. It's too soon for Judkins. He's not going to see more than a couple of carries, if even. Can't start him anywhere. Warren is just like, okay. X878. 49ers or Ravens? Well, probably not the Ravens.
It's got to be 49ers this week, right? They get the Saints.
Yeah, got to go 49ers here. 49ers are one of the better defensive options. I don't know if the Ravens are ever going to be a great defensive option. Have to face Flacco. KJ Herring. I'm still holding out hope. Ingram or Njoku?
It's going to be like 10 years from now. Flacco somehow is going to be starting somewhere. Like, oh, he'll sling it. Ingram.
Man, he will.
Ingram over Njoku.
Ingram over Njoku, yeah. All right, what about... Okay, well, this one real quick. Karen Benfield, Pearsall or JSN?
JSN.
Gotta go JSN. He's a must start, pretty much. Lex Dad. Good morning. Needs a flex. Jacoby, Pollard, Rome, Olave, Mason, or said T.
I think Myers is the one I like the best here.
Yeah, and PPR, go give the Myers a slight edge over Rome. And then he says this team is loaded. Burrow, Bijan, Chase, Nico, Evans, Hawk, and Rashee Rice. Wow.
Yeah. Good team.
That
Good
is
team.
loaded. Okay. Nothing else to switch out there. Just flex Myers. James Jones, Buka, Etienne, Jennings, Olave, or Harvey at the flex in full.
I'm going to go Etienne.
Yeah, it's one of the first two. Etienne, Buka is still a pretty good start. Let's go Etienne here against the Bengals. And then let's go to Steven Reyna. Tillman or Diggs?
I'm going to go Tillman again with Alexander out. I'm going to go Tillman.
I mean, Diggs is in a good spot. But again, you got to be a little worried. We saw guys like Moody and Henry get more attention than Diggs. Still working his way back. Yeah. And now I think the injury in the Baltimore secondary. Let's go Tillman. All right. 210 got kicks. 210. Are you in San Antonio? Ferguson or Andrews?
Andrews.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Ferguson. And then flex Kamara, Pittman, or Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Must start Garrett Wilson. Let's go. By the way, guys, just quick reminders. We're still just doing super chats until we catch up. We've still got a bunch. We're getting closer, and then we'll try to do some other ones, but no promises. You definitely want your question answered. The super chat is the way to do that. You can also use the Draft Lane app at any time. Remember, free download. Turd Ferguson, the other one. Kyler or Fields? What's Fields?
Yeah, Fields.
Pats or Dallas in defense?
I like Dallas this week against the Giants. Who the Patriots get Dolphins. I mean, that's pretty good too. But if you're like, hey, one of these teams who were absolutely horrific in week 1 got better in week 2, you got to put the money on the Dolphins, right? Not the Giants. I'm going Cowboys.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. There's potential, at least for the Dolphins, to actually score points. I don't know how good I feel about the Giants doing much of anything. So, and I think also the game, for what it's worth, is in Miami. It's a home game for them. Let's go Cowboys. Actually, the Cowboys are at home. Walker or Diggs?
I think if you want to play it a little safer here, you can go Diggs. I probably still go Walker, but I'm a little more willing to take on some risk, especially early in the season. But if you want to play a little safer, Diggs should be fine this week.
Yeah, exactly. Walker has more upside. It's riskier, though. So this kind of depends on your whole situation here. What about back to Amarilis Continue? Now a defense question again. 49ers or Chargers? 49ers get the Saints.
It's got to be
Chargers
49ers against the Saints.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been saying 49ers one of the top defensive options there. So let's go with them. Julio, what's up? Run CMC. Stashing booty or stashing Golden?
Golden. I'm definitely stashing Golden now with Jaden Reed going to miss significant time. Go get Golden, although you can't pick him up probably now, but definitely Golden.
Yeah, I like them both, but if you have to pick one, let's go Golden. All right, and we have Randy. Pearsall. It's been too long since we had a Pearsall question. Swift or Dunze?
Pearsall.
Yeah, go Pearsall here. All right, then we got Augustin Olvera. Full PPR, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Taylor, Tracy, Walker, Chase, Hill, Sutton, Hollywood, Smith, Coleman.
I'm going Taylor and Kenneth Walker at running back. Not starting Tracy. I'm going, I assume that's Jamar Chase. I'm going Chase and Sutton at wide receiver with Hollywood in the flex.
Yeah. Yep. That all sounds good. All right. Julio, also reminder, good point. Don't forget, you're watching this whole time, listening. Don't forget on the way out, hit the thumbs up. And for some reason you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Always helps us out. Appreciate you. Let's get to the next super chat, which is going to El Duende Mata. 1 flex. Judy, Coleman, Hollywood, Pacheco, Tracy.
I think it's got to be Hollywood here. Got to be the chief wide receiver one.
Hollywood definitely stands out. Look, I think Judy could be a nice start this week. I mean, he wasn't great last week, but got to go Hollywood. All right, I know I said we're catching up to super chats. We have to give a shout out to our guy, Johnny Donuts, who just finished his 3rd.
Oh, man. Lucky you.
It's tempting me. But needs help. Walker, Mason, Jalen Warren, Pickens needs one running back and a flex.
Pickens definitely going to be the flex, and I'm still going to go Walker here. But again, if you're like, I'm too nervous, I think Mason's fine.
Yeah, agree with that. We'll stick with Walker. Okay, now back to the super chats. Derek Wright needs one. Tyreek, Ridley, Johnston.
Ridley.
Yeah, I'm glad you have a choice where I don't have to pick Tyreek Hill. Let's go Ridley here and then drop one. Benson, Samson, Mooney.
I think if you have to drop one for some reason, it's Samson. Judkins is back. Samson's role is going to diminish. Maybe not this week too much, but over time here.
Yeah. 40 Glock. Wow. All right. This is good stuff. Both good options. Sutton or Hollywood. Does the fact that we know the Colts secondary is banged up give the edge to Sutton?
I don't know. I mean, this is very close, but I still think I have to prefer the wide receiver one for Patrick Mahomes, like the clear wide receiver one with very little competition. Full PPR, they're both great. I don't want to bench either of these guys this week, but I think I got to prefer Hollywood slightly.
Yeah, very close, and in a good way. The good news is you have two really good options, but agree. I mean, I just feel like how many targets he got last week, how many targets he'll probably get again this week. Hollywood is the way to go. Man, Sutton could have a big game, but I think Hollywood is probably the way to go. The Holy One. Myers, Henderson, Hunter. Full PPR.
Yeah, I like Hunter, but I think it's got to be Jacoby.
Yeah, a little too. I mean, it's full PPR. Probably go receiver anyways because you got good options. Henderson is solid, but not yet. I don't mind Hunter's in a great matchup, but Myers, again, go to the target chair. All right, Nicholas Hernandez with another one running back, one receiver, one flex for week 3. Is that right? Can't be asking for week 3.
I'm going to assume you mean this week.
Yeah. No, we haven't thought about week 3 yet because it kind of matters what happens in week 2. All right, so let's just do one running back, one receiver, one flex.
Well, it might be week 3 because he's got Terry here. I mean, didn't you already play Terry? Etienne at running back. I already know Terry didn't have a great game, so I guess Devonta Smith. But didn't you already play Terry? Like, I don't understand here. I'll flex QJ.
Maybe this. Well, okay. Well, then let's just take this opportunity to say you don't need to set your lineup for week 3 yet because we don't know what happened in week 2, and that kind of matters. I mean, look, we talk about looking forward and looking ahead, but too soon for this. Some guys might get hurt. Some guys might bust. Some guys, things will change. So keep that question for week 3 for next week. James Kim. Thank you, James. We got PPR, 2 running backs, 1 flex, Genty, Kamara, Etienne, and Javonte Williams. So it looks like only one is sitting here. I know I'm down on Kamara, but I think I would sit Williams. Although I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to start Genty and Etienne. It's between Kamara and Javonte.
I can't be like all the way out on Kamara. Like he's not unstartable, I think I gotta still start Kamara at the flex.
Yeah, I think you probably gotta still go Kamara here.
All right. First 3 it is, because it's PPR. Grind. Don't stop. 007. Fields or Murray? We've been saying Fields. Pickens or K9 in half?
Pickens.
Yeah. Johnson or Hawk?
I think you still got to go Hawk this week. Don't give up on Hawk yet.
Yeah. And I could go either way, but still like Hawkinson. All right. Okay. Have neighbors in Jefferson. Pretty nice. Needs a flex. What? This has got to be one of those aggravating 18 leagues. Nico or Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, I'm not benching Nico. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it.
Okay, well, you know what? I have to start Garrett Wilson this week. You know what I might do in this situation? Because these are all must starts. I might go Nico over Neighbors. I actually might bench Neighbors because of the risk that he doesn't have a good game. So that's actually what I would do. I have to start Garrett Wilson this week. Sorry, I can't. So if it's my team, I'm going Jefferson, Nico, Wilson, but you can't go wrong with any of these choices. All right, we got Mark Bone, Superflex, T-Lar, Caleb.
Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb and Samson or Sharbs.
I guess I go Sharbs here.
Yeah, don't. Well, like I say, I don't feel like great about Sharp's involvement, but he was involved last week, so maybe I'm just too down on him. But what is Samson getting you, right? It's just a PPR floor, so let's go.
Right.
Sharps. Lorenzo Luna needs 2, start 2, sit 1. Judy, Harrison, or Hollywood.
I think you gotta go. You gotta go Harrison and Hollywood here.
Yeah, I think Judy could have a good game, but I'm not starting him over those guys. Yeah, Harrison and Hollywood for sure. All right, now, well, this was the same one, right? Yeah, James Kimmy just put in a different one. Genty, Kamara, Etienne, Williams. We're sitting Williams.
Yes.
Okay, now we got Sebastian Fuentes. Tracy, Benson, or Pacheco?
I'll still gamble on Pacheco here. Hopefully the Chiefs give him more run this week.
Yeah, Benson's still the number 2 behind Connor. Tracy, just rough spot. Lars Doring, McMillan, Adams, or Harrison?
I think you got to go Harrison.
All good options. Yeah, Harrison. Harrison looking pretty good. Let's do him. Dat Ratchet. Start 2. Reese, Walker, Mason, Sharbs, Samson, Warren, or Pacheco.
I think Brees is borderline a must. And then I still go Walker here. But again, if you're like, I don't want to risk it, I think Mason is fine.
Yeah, it's the first 2 for me as well. And really hope Walker pulls through. Okay. Would you start any of those over Pickens as a flex? No. Don't think so. No. Aquahawks GSP needs 1.5. Devonta Smith, Michael Pittman, or Keon Coleman?
I'm going to go Devonta Smith.
Yeah, definitely Smith. Pittman's getting the Surtain shadow. Coleman, sorry, still not proven to me. I like Devonta Smith this week. Remember, no Dallas Goedert. Then we got Kilo 6277. Monty or Swift?
That is really tough because Swift we know is going to get more touches. He's going to catch passes. It's full PPR. But Monty does have a good matchup this week. Always has touchdown upside. That one's tough. One.
You know, most weeks, I say that. It's going to depend. This is probably going to be close week to week, right? This is going to be matchup dependent. They're facing each other. I think a lot of weeks I might say, well, Swift, he's clearly the RB1 in that offense. But if I think about the way I feel this game is going to go, I've been saying the Lions are going to put up points, right? I think they're putting up points. They're at home. They might be running from ahead more. Actually might give the edge to Monty even in PPR.
Yeah, I mean, Monty caught 4 passes last week. Monty catches passes. I think I'm going to go Monty too. It's a good matchup for Monty.
Yeah. Jesus Sosa, what's up? Flex 1, Henderson, JMO, Dunze, or Olave.
I'm going to go Dunze here.
Yeah, I'm going to Dunze 2. Start 1. Warren, or probably Jalen Warren or Travion Henderson.
I'm going to go Henderson.
Yeah, get some upside there. Let's get some upside. John Taylor.
Is this an IDP question?
IDP. This is a safety question. Kevin Byard or Minka Fitzpatrick?
What did Minka Fitzpatrick even do last week? Did anybody on the Dolphins do anything? Did Minka? I honestly don't even know. I guess I'll go Kevin Byard because he's on the Titans.
I'm
the wrong person to ask here for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, let me look at Minka. 9 combined tackles, 6 solo, 1 pass defended. All right. Yeah. I mean, I know he was fine. Byard, I have no idea. Like Byard, 5 combined tackles. But I was saying, and I do feel like Lions are going to be on the field a whole lot. I'll go Byard just because he's not a Dolphin.
Oh, Byard's on the Bears now. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this year he is. And it is, let me see, to what is me, Joe? Okay. Waddler Monty
I think it's 2 times Joe.
Two times Joe. Oh yeah, that was pretty stupid. 2 times Joe.
I'm just gonna go Monty here over Waddle.
Yeah, I don't want to start Waddle. Jay needs a flex. Pollard, Keenan, Sutton, or Ridley.
I think you got to go Sutton. Great matchup for Sutton this week.
Yes, let's go Sutton. AJB. Currently starting Evans, AJB, and Ricky. I have Javonte, Sutton. Starting running backs for CMC, Connor. Any switches? Javonte on the bench. No. Well, no. I'm not going to put Javonte over Connor, are you?
No. But he's got Sutton on the bench?
Yeah.
I think as much as I like Ricky Pearsall, I have to have Sutton over Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah. I think we got to go Sutton over Pearsall. All right. So, yeah. Switch Sutton. That's it. Good luck, AJB, and hope AJB goes off.
Right.
Chris Matthews, Pollard or Etienne?
Etienne.
Yeah, definitely need the upside of Etienne here. Tyler Patton. Walker, Mason, Warren, or Samson? Just one.
Again, I'm going Walker here, but I think Mason is totally fine if you're like, I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, a lot of teams have this duo, don't they? Cody Landry, pick 2. Drake London, Amarian Hampton, and Harrison in PPR. Got to go with the receivers.
Got to go the 2 wide receivers this week.
Yeah. I think you're going to pretty much be starting those 2 receivers every single week for the most part. All right, let's see. Garrett, not possible. Garrett Green says, put your Kyler Murray hate aside. Cannot do it. But I would go Fields anyways, and I know you would too.
Yes.
All right, how about this one? Battle of the Justins. Alessio Sandoval. Herbert or Fields?
Yeah, I go Herbert. I just feel like he's a little safer, but he still has tons of upside. Like he's got tons of upside, but he's a little safer. I go Herbert this week.
Yeah, I don't want to go overboard just because of last week. But again, that Bills defense is rough, and Fields could have a monster game. It's hard for me to not play Justin Fields, but again, Herbert gets the Raiders. I don't know. I actually might go Fields just for the upside, but both are good. Chris wants to know half super flex, who to flex? Williams, Wilson, Sutton, or Javonte Williams, or keep both QBs, T-Law and Caleb Williams in my lineup.
I mean, man, I obviously want to start Garrett Wilson and Cortland Sutton. Like, how are Garrett Wilson and Cortland Sutton are just going to be on your bench? But I don't really have a compelling reason to sit Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence in a super flex league.
No, again, especially in half PPR, right? Like, okay, that
Right.
slightly devalues those receivers. Like, you got to start both quarterbacks. I really want to know what the rest of your starting lineup looks like. That Garrett Wilson and Cortland Sutton are just flex options, because you might make some switches, but you got to start the quarterbacks, I think. Cali Loco in half, one flex and one receiver, Mason Pearsall McMillan.
I think you got to go, even in half PPR, I think you got to go with the 2 wide receivers here. Like, Mason is fine, but let's shoot for some upside with the wide receivers.
G. Taylor. It's a trade-off. Offered Rome for AJB.
I'm still taking AJ Brown here. I don't think these guys are. This is like, I mean, look, I like Romo Dunze, but this is almost like the, hey, here's 3 like okay guys for your potential stud. Like, I still want AJ Brown here. Wait,
all right, it's going crazy.
Should I start Tootin, Ollie Gordon, Justice Hill, or Rashawn Johnson? How did we get here? I mean, I guess Tootin, he catches some passes and they get the Bengals. But man, how did we get here?
Yeah, Ollie went from very intriguing to very droppable pretty quickly. Justice Hill, Rashawn, what? I guess just try Tootin and hope he actually touches the ball this week. Ferguson or Fannin?
I think I go Fannin.
Yeah, look, I just want to say I hope this is a pretty deep league, like 14, 16 teamer maybe. All right. Junk Buster. Igbuka or Metcalf? Good boy.
Igbuka.
My dog wants me to recognize how brave he was in guarding us from the Amazon delivery guy. Good boy. Good job. Walker or Mason?
I mean, I feel like we've had this a lot. I'll say I'm still going Walker here, but totally fine if you want to play it safer with Mason. Mason should be just fine this week.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We are about 15 minutes away from kickoff, so you got your questions. We're catching up. We're almost there with super chats. We've got to do super chats only for now. You guarantee you want your question answered. That's the way to do it. We'll do as many as we can. Carlos Z, what's up? Need to flex. Walker, Pearsall, T-Mac, but why?
I'm still going to go Pearsall here. I mean, Walker risky because of the split. T-Mac risky because it's the Panthers, even though I do like T-Mac. I mean, Pearsall gets the Saints. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be awful this week. I think he'll be just fine. I'm going to go Pearsall still.
Yeah, and if you saw, assuming you did, Carlos, the start sit receiver video even said if Purdy doesn't play, you still should feel good enough about Pearsall. And even if Jennings is playing, not too worried about him. Kittle is out. Pearsall is solid. Gabriel Sosa, what's up? Hawkinson or Ferguson? Gotta be Hawk.
Still going Hawkinson here.
2 running backs, Bijan is a yes. Kamara, Brees, Aaron Jones.
Bijan and Brees.
2 receivers, AJB, DJ Moore, Pittman, Waddle.
I'm going the first 2 wide receivers. And then I think, assuming it's PPR, it doesn't say, I'll just flex Kamara here.
Yeah. Pittman against Sertan, no. Waddle is a Dolphin, no. So you can just flex a running back here. Let's get to Kuku Hero. Pickens, Henderson, Hollywood, probably Myers, Jacoby, 2 flex PPR.
I think you got to go Hollywood and Jacoby, but I hate having Pickens on my bench this week. But I would also hate having Hollywood or Jacoby on my bench.
Right. Go Hollywood for sure. I think Myers is next. And then let's do Kyle Riley. Which 2? AJB, Harrison, Igbuka, DJ Moore.
I think you still got to go the first 2. You still got to go the first 2 here.
Yeah, clearly the first 2. Brady. Ricky or JMO, the flex opponent has Amon-Ra. I don't think that.
I mean, it
matters
doesn't
too
matter. You're hoping like it all goes to Jameson and not Amon-Ra. Like, what if it's the opposite? Give me Ricky.
Yeah, so we'll go Ricky here. Cheese 56218. Swift or Pickens in PPR.
Pickens.
Pickens it is. Cardo. It's a 10-teamer. Here's the lineup. Here's the bench. Any changes at flex or like tight end? Got Fannin in there. Who's your Ingram or Strange? Let me go Strange, right?
I would go Strange at tight end. We have a spot for Pearsall. We got Nico Wilson Adams. No, we don't. So yeah, Strange at tight end. Everything else looks good.
Yeah, everything else looks good. All right. And then we got Glow Twin. Have Harrison, Amon, T-Mac, Hunter. Which three?
Well, you got to start Amon-Ra. You got to start Harrison. It's between Hunter and T-Mac. So close this week between these guys. Hunter has a slightly better matchup against the Bengals, but T-Mac has the more big play upside.
Yeah, and he's asking too, like, should I be worried about McMillan matchup? I mean, Harrison, don't worry, but McMillan, a little bit.
I mean, yeah, gotta be worried a little bit. I mean, Hunter has the better matchup against the Bengals. It's just Hunter, like everything was so short to Hunter last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess we probably both had T-Mac a little over Hunter, unless they're in the same tier.
Yeah,
Hunter's solid.
I just think I like the big play potential and the target share of T-Mac a little bit more than Hunter this week, but that one is very close. I'm guessing I probably had them both.
We had both solid for both.
Yeah, I'm guessing I had them both solid this week. That one's really tough.
All right. Well, Hunter a little safer, slightly. T-Mac for upside. Let's go upside. Let's do the first three. Yeah. All right. Ryan C. Dak or Fields?
Fields.
Yeah. Gotta go Fields. Massive upside. John needs a flex. Javonte, DJ Moore, Diggs, or Hunter?
I think I actually am going Hunter here. It's close between him and DJ Moore, but I like Hunter's matchup this week. I think I'm going Hunter.
Yeah, for me, it's between Hunter and Moore. I mean, it's a good matchup, but I'm gonna lean Moore. Again, I'm assuming there'll be a lot of points in that game. Hope that happens. Chris Matthews, Ferguson or Johnson?
I'm going to go Johnson.
Yeah, go Johnson here. Brian Rogers, Pacheco, Mason or Sampson?
I'm going Pacheco. I mean, sorry, Mason. Mason, not Pacheco. Mason.
Oh, Mason. I might go Pacheco here. It's close between those two, though. I feel like they're both kind of touchdown dependent this week. All right, we got to go to Kyle Riley, BTJ or Pearsall.
I cannot. I'm not sitting BTJ. I'm not. Look, if it's like one catch again this week and Trevor Lawrence can't, hit the backside of a barn when he's wide open, then maybe we start having this discussion. But BTJ lineup lock for me still.
Yeah, and it's the Bengals defense. You gotta like BTJ. Maverick. Flowers or not sure which Devontae that is.
It doesn't matter. I think I'm going Flowers either way here. I really don't have a good reason to sit Flowers this week.
Yeah. I think you gotta go Flowers. Let's see. My bail, Zach Ertz. My ball. Sorry, Zach
my
Ertz.
Ball. Yes, my ball. Man, you gotta you gotta get your eyes checked.
Yeah, after 3 hours, it becomes a blur.
That's true.
Do I bench Tyreek Hill, start Etienne, or Henderson flex?
I would start Etienne over Tyreek Hill for sure.
Bench Tyreek Hill, yes, with prejudice. Mr. J School 30. Ibuka, Higgins, T-Mac, Hollywood, probably Jameson Williams, pick 2.
Oh, Again, I have no compelling reason to bench Higgins this week, so he's in my lineup, and I think I got to take Hollywood as the wide receiver 1 for the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. Got to start Higgins and Hollywood. Sean, Bamba, Dunze, or QJ, or Charbonnet.
Not Charbonnet. I'm going to go Odunze here.
Yeah, like Odunze quite a bit. Big Mikey, Hunter or Pittman?
Give me Hunter. Again, Pittman getting a lot of Surtain. Hunter against the Bengals. I'll take that.
Yeah, not a good week for Pittman. I mean, you got to be happy if you have him, but you're not going to want to start him this week. Blasted. JMO or Pearsall in half?
I'm going Pearsall.
Yeah, go Pearsall. And then we got Sir Capelot. Pick 3 of these guys. Is that Ramondre? Oh, first Ramondre appearance. Shaheed. I think it's the first 3.
Yeah, first 3.
All right, there we go. First 3 it is. Niner fan 13. Adams or Sutton?
I think it's got to be Sutton this week. Colts missing their top 2 corners.
Yeah, Adams is not a bad start at all, but Sutton could have a big game. Go Sutton here. All right, next. We're almost there, by the way. Still got a few more. And keep in mind, we're only doing the Super Chats now because we have so many. We need to get to those first. That's why that feature exists. Bida Mamba. Walker, Pickens, Booty, or Tillman for the last flex. Doesn't save his PPR. I guess let's assume it is.
I don't even know if it matters. I think I'm just going to go Pickens no matter what here. I think he's got enough upside for me.
Adrian Mahabir, Higgins, London, Sutton, Jacoby got a bench one. Wow.
Oh, sadly, I think Jacoby's got to be benched, even though I like Jacoby a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Got to do it. All right, then we have one from Madeline. Let me see if I can find your question. Here it is. Pacheco or Calvin Austin?
I think I'll still take a chance on Pacheco not being in a 50-50 here. I don't want to start Calvin Austin just yet.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope Pacheco gets more involved. He always has touchdown potential at the very least. Look, Austin is intriguing, but let's go Pacheco here. Z Blast needs 2. I know I really don't want to start Tyreek, but in this group, man, this one is irritatingly tough. Hampton, Tillman, Tyreek, and Booty.
Yeah, I think Hampton has to be number 1 here, and then I think over these guys, I think against these guys, I mean, I don't mind Tillman or Booty this week, but I don't know if I could start him over Tyreek Hill just yet.
I think this is kind of like a make or break for Tyreek as far as fantasy. Maybe it doesn't do anything this week. Like if it's 4 for 40 again, like honestly, like what else do you need to see, you know?
I mean, you're right, but I feel like we've said that for like 10 straight games.
I know. That's why I don't want to start
him. I feel like we said it for like the whole
last season,
entire year last year, and now we're saying it again this year. It's like, well, at what point did we just say, okay, fine, we're done? I know. I'm almost at that point, honestly.
I want to be done, but I'm like, am I putting Booty over him already? Like I might. They're both flex options. Tillman's a flex option. All right. Fine. Go Hampton, Tyreek for this week. All right. How about this one? John Wickering, Hill or Pearsall? Here I can sit.
Well, here I can definitely sit Hill and go Pearsall.
Yeah. All right. And then we got Raid Saeed, Russ or Tua. You really don't have a better option?
I think I'm gonna go Fields. So in the super flex league, you have like 2 great quarterbacks, and you can only start one of them. And in the 1 QB league, you have 2 terrible quarterbacks. You have to start one of them. I'm gonna go Fields over Mahomes. Again, I just said, like, if we expect one of these horrible offenses from last week to be better, I would bet on the Dolphins. So I'll go Tua.
I feel like this question should be flipped, right? There's no way. But
right.
Look, honestly, Russ Tua is Joe Flacco on waivers. Give me Joe Flacco over these guys. Give me
Mac Jones over these guys.
Mac Jones, yeah. Okay. All right. Juice wants to know, because you gave him grief for dropping Olave, did you pick him up?
I did.
Probably not.
No, I
You
actually.
did?
Why not? Why not pick up Olave just freely off waivers?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I would pick him up.
And we
All
got
right.
we got 4 minutes, and we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 more super chats here. So
All right. We're gonna get them all in. We always do. Alex Reyes, Goff or Penix?
Goff.
Yeah, like Goff this week for sure. Adams, Harrison, Kamara, or Hollywood.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be easily Harrison until you put in Hollywood, but I think I still go Harrison here, although it's really close between him and Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Harrison. You gotta like him. Mr. J School again. Got Brown, C-Mac. All right, flexing Achan or one of those receivers.
No, I'm flexing Achan.
Yeah, keep Achan in there. Molly Wappin, Anders or Juwan Johnson.
I think I still got to go Andrews.
This could go either way, honestly. If you want to try out Juwan Johnson, I'm okay with it. If it was my team, I probably would feel like I should still start Andrews. By the way, okay, I'm glad to know, right? Said it is a 16-man league for the 1 QB league. That's why. And he had Purdy. All right.
And you weren't able to pick up Mac Jones, though? I mean, I might just go Mac Jones. I mean, Tua should be better, I hope.
True. Okay, Miguel. What's up, Miguel Perez? JMO or Hunter?
I'm going to go Hunter. I like Hunter this week.
Agree. And then Henry or Fannin? We're going Henry.
Henry.
T. Davis, Kamara or Hollywood in PPR?
I think you got to take the Chiefs wide receiver one here, Hollywood.
You agree. And then Aaron Jones or Ramondre?
Here's where we're at. Aaron Jones already in the Ramondre tier, but I'm still going to take Aaron Jones, especially if it's full PPR. He catches passes.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. We got 2 minutes left, basically, but we have now caught up on the super chat. So let's do a quick lightning round here. See, we always do. Always do it. Let's try to do a couple, maybe some players we haven't had questions. Okay, see, Adams or Charbonnet?
Adams.
Gotta do Adams. That one's too long. How about Adam wants to know Adams or JMO?
Adams.
Adams it is. All right. Will Oliveri, Baker or McCarthy?
Baker.
Baker it is. He hate me. Remember that guy? Mark Andrews or Hunter Henry?
Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I'm big on Hunter Henry. Really hope he comes through. C. Crip, what's up? Joker or Juwan?
Juwan.
Juwan it is. John. JSN or Diggs?
JSN.
Gotta be JSN. Let's see. Wonder forward. Keenan, Pollard, or Dobbins?
Keenan.
Yeah, go Keenan here. All right, D Underdog. Don't forget, sign up for Underdog. Use code Endgame. Hollywood, Booty, Myers, or Tet.
Hollywood or Myers so close here. But again, I think I got to take the Chiefs wide receiver one slightly over Myers. Very tough right there between those two.
Niles, Calvin Austin, or Ricky Pearsall?
Pearsall.
Yes. Johnny Donuts feeling the sugar rush from those 3 donuts.
I'll bet, but I'm jealous.
Are you kidding? Keenan, Pearsall, Hollywood pick 2.
I think I'm benching Keenan here, but these are all good options. Keenan may be a little safer than Pearsall if you want to play it safe.
Perfect way to end the week. Booty or Judy?
Probably. I like Booty this week. Probably got to go Judy.
Yeah. Let's go Judy. Assuming that's a football question. All right. Let's get out of here because it's kickoff time, guys. Good luck, everybody. Glad you were with us. Let's do it again. We're going to be back to stream with you throughout the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And don't forget, videos are going to start dropping tonight. You're going to see instant reaction tonight with Panic. You're going to see the waiver wire video, all of that stuff as always. And then look forward to week 3 because it never stops. The grind never stops, but we love it. All right. Don't forget on the way out, a couple things. Hit thumbs up if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Notifications so you know as soon as we go live and a video drops. And as you can see there, Draft Lane, got the QR codes up for you if you want to download it. If you haven't tried it yet, remember this syncs with your Yahoo leagues, your sleeper leagues. You can ask any of your questions. And even if you don't, like let's say you for some reason choose to play on ESPN or NFL or whatever, you can still use the Ask a Question feature and just ask us what to do, all of this stuff that we've been doing here, start, sit, waiver wire trade, etc. So download Draft Lane for free. Use code Endgame, get 10 free credits. All right. Good luck in week 2, and we'll see you on the next one.